my voice is still recovering.
How's the prednisone?
I mean, it worked. It got me through the game yesterday.
Did you eat a lot? Because sometimes prednisone makes you really hungry.
No, I didn't eat a lot.
It does make you
have
hungry.
A scratchy throat. I'm working through the throat thing, so it's like,
Listen, while you're on the prednisone, and by the way, I don't know if we're violating your HIPAA, like laws or whatever, but while you're on the prednisone, make sure you hit the gym and hit the gym hard. I mean, if you're going to take steroids, if you're taking steroids, you might as well get something out of it.
Bulk
just besides,
up, sucker, bulk up.
Yeah, besides just the swelling going down in your throat, you might as well bulk up.
That's funny. But before we get to that,
what? Tell me.
If you're a Dodger fan listening right now, you should absolutely thank Gregory Arthur Bergman yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
For Kyle Tucker and his rant on Kyle Tucker. Because
by the way, Beto was taking a lot of joy about that last night on the air. He's like, "Take that, Bergie, take that."
Yeah, hey, Bergie, don't take that.
Isn't it the point of doing this?
Yeah, hey, Bergie, the guy hadn't hit a home run in a month.
He had 4
total. So people are celebrating like, oh, he put it to you, Bergie. You said he stinks and he hit a home run. Yeah, he hit a home run. His first in a month. He still stinks. He had one good night.
Right. No, now if he sustains it, and we also said yesterday, Sedano, like, if he's one of the best players on the team at the end of the year, that's what he should be. He makes a lot of money to be doing that. So, yeah, great. I am so happy that he had a good game
yesterday. Take that, Bergie. Take that.
You know what happened? By the way, the last
take it, Bergie. Take it.
You and me, Berg.
Thank you. You and me, Cappy. Always right here. I love that.
Right there.
The last time you did this, take that, Bergie, was when Mookie Betts had that multiple home run game.
Right.
He went 0 for 5 last night.
I don't think he's back down to 189. He hasn't had a hit since. I don't
Right.
It
was like Mookie's been terrible lately, and then he comes out with 2 home runs, and you're like, yeah, take that. Hey, listen, if these guys are hearing this criticism, good. They should.
Right.
Because Kyle Tucker hit a home run. Oh, let's celebrate. Guy hadn't hit a home run in a month.
He had 3 hits.
$60 million.
He had 3 hits.
So how many home runs does he have right now?
5.
5. Do you know how many he had? Well, I mean, listen, 5 is not a lot, but he has had some months. Like, if you look at his Cubs career last year, or his season last year with them, he went a stretch in July, August, September, and October where he only hit 5 home runs.
Yeah, he was terrible the second half of the year.
Why'd they give him $60 million?
Well, look how close that camera got to Sedano's face all of a sudden.
He's all up in it.
Because he gets on base, man. That's why.
Yeah. This is my prediction for Kyle Tucker. This will go down as one of the contracts.
Too close. What is going on there?
Yeah. It's up there.
It's also low.
It's all up the kazoo.
Right.
Yeah, Tim, back up, bro.
Hey, Tim. Tim, you back up. Tim,
By the way,
take it.
Tim,
it's your camera.
I got to salute Tim. I said goodnight to him at 10 o'clock. I walked over to the East Central, crashed out. I walked back in at 5:45. Tim's here.
Did you
Tim
actually
slept
sleep
here.
back there?
Yeah.
I
Did you go
slept in
home?
the East Central.
Yeah.
That's my
Tim
home.
slept in the Pizza Hut content
By the
studio.
way, Cappy, you'd be proud of me.
Let me hear.
Because I'm on this prednisone and I don't feel great and my my voice is very weak right now. I haven't had a drink in a long time. Like I felt this coming. So I haven't had a drink in like 10 days. And I didn't yesterday, despite the fact that Charles Barkley held court on the rooftop bar at this hotel until like 2 in the morning yesterday.
Oh, wow. Wow. Did he have a bottle of vodka that he was drinking directly out of the bottle, or was he?
No, I don't know what he was drinking.
No,
but he ordered food and drinks, and it was a party up there.
Oh, really? Did you at least have like a soda water, like just so you could stand
I just
there
had
and
a water.
look social?
That's nice, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Because Chuck's bit, at least I've only been around him once, is when people ask for a photo, he goes, I won't take a photo with you or sign an autograph, but I'll buy you a drink.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good policy.
It's not bad, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty good policy. The
Yeah,
thing
him
about
and Michael
drinking
Wilbon were trading stories from the 90s of Michael Jordan and him. It was fantastic.
Wow.
It was just
that
like
sounds
unbelievable.
Awesome. That sounds amazing. The thing is this, George, when you're not drinking and people are trying to either get you to drink or you were at a party.
No, nobody
people
was
are
getting me to drink. I mean, they offered, but I was like, nah.
What I'm saying is this. You always drink a soda water with a lime because that looks like you're drinking a vodka soda or a tequila
Or
soda.
you just say to somebody, no, I'm not drinking.
But that's what I do.
Right, that's what I did.
Because you're afraid to say, hey, I'm just not drinking tonight.
I'm not drinking.
I'm a world-class talented broadcaster.
Right.
And I ain't drinking, Jack.
Right.
I got
razor blades
prednisone in
down
my throat. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
My Scotch shirts.
George, is your Scotch okay?
No, my Scotch is fine. Actually.
Oh, it is? Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
He's not on vacation yet, all right?
No, I said Scotch.
Scotch. Scotch is different.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's different. Whole different body part.
So anyway, yeah, it was fun. I mean, a lot of stuff was discussed about yesterday's game there. Let's get to that. Here's what I would say.
Let me hear.
First of all, that game was awesome.
It was a great game.
Would you agree?
Oh, totally. I mean, you see, now, Bergie, we talk about entertaining games and scores. I mean, the Knicks are down 14 in the third quarter, and what I'd heard from all the people who buy the Spurs right now, hey, if the Knicks get themselves down like they did against Cleveland, they ain't making a comeback like that against Wemby. And it was a 14-point game in the third quarter, and they made a comeback.
They were fantastic. Like, that game was so exciting. And by the way, Sedano, it ended up a 10-point lead at the end of it, so that's technically a blowout, right?
Blowout.
Yeah, complete blowout.
Well, according to you, the game sucked.
Right.
Yeah. Even though everyone else says the game was great.
No, I said the game was great. I'm just saying it's a blowout because it was exactly 10 points. But either way, the back and forth of it all, it started off where it was just the Knicks took a decent sized lead.
They came out through the first punch, right?
And they threw the first punch, and then San Antonio just took a bigger punch and went like 20 to 5 to end the first quarter. And they were just going back and forth, and they kept taking the lead more and more. But the Knicks, I got to give credit. Jalen Brunson in the fourth quarter, man,
amazing for a guy who had to leave the game, George.
Great.
For a guy who had to leave the game with an injury, go back to the locker room. For me, here's my favorite part thus far, is the best player for San Antonio is Wemby, and the best player for the Knicks is Brunson. And you have the tallest guy on the floor in Wemby versus the shortest guy on the floor in Brunson. Like, that's just
14-inch
fun.
disparity.
Yeah, it's just fun, to see that.
What I would say, though, is the difference was when the Spurs had a 14-point lead, they relaxed. They took Wemby out, and all of a sudden, very quickly, that lead went to 6. And then by the time Wemby came back in, and Wemby had a bad game, he said so after the game. Mm-hmm. He had a bad game. He tried too much, I felt like. It was one of those games where, and I don't think his coach, Mitch Johnson, who I think has done a phenomenal job this season, put him in a lot of positions to succeed. He kept giving him the ball at the top of the key, 30 feet away from the basket, and trying to go downhill. That's really not his game. I also thought his guards didn't do a great job when he did get closer to the basket. They'll get him a touch, right? And let's just say the Knicks defense collapsed and he, does the right thing and he moves the ball. They didn't get him another touch after that. He became kind of invisible, and not by anything that he wasn't doing. They wouldn't get him the ball back. So I think this is – I know it's going to sound crazy. I think this was really more about the Spurs just playing completely out of sorts in the second half and not playing to their strengths and, trying to get a little too cute. And the Knicks took full advantage of it. I mean, that's not to take away from Jalen Brunson's second half, particularly his fourth quarter. But I just thought the Spurs really played out of sorts. I did not believe they played the brand of basketball they played in the first half, or they played really most of the playoffs this year.
To be honest with you, neither team played great. For as much as we're talking about what a great game it was a great game. Two teams went toe-to-toe. One team comes out firing.
Well,
the other
I
team
disagree.
winds up making a comeback.
I thought the Knicks played a pretty darn good game.
Well, let me tell you what I mean.
Outside of Brunson, who played poorly, early on, Karl Anthony Towns was unbelievable in the first half.
Karl Anthony Towns, and I know you interviewed him after the game. I thought Karl Anthony Towns did a phenomenal job against Wemby playing defensively, because even though he's outsized and even though Karl Anthony Towns is a big guy, he's still giving up probably 4 or 5 inches to Wemby.
Well, he did get away with hooking him a ton in that game.
But he also he at least had a hand in his face every time Wemby took a mid-range jump shot.
Sure.
And whether or not it really truly impacted Wemby, the bottom line is the numbers will tell you that he was 6 for 21 from the field. But when I say that neither team played particularly great, Wendy said it yesterday that the key to the Knicks has been hitting three-point shots. Prior to last night's game 1, the Knicks were shooting about 39% from three-point range. Last night they shot 31%. On the flip side, the Spurs would shoot, prior to last night's game, 35% from three-point range. And to your point, they shot 26%. So you can't rely, if you're the Knicks, on the Spurs to have another really bad shooting performance in comparison to what they've done prior to game 1 last night.
Yeah,
So-
but I think that's going to be more the norm in this series because of just the ability of the Spurs defensively. Like, the Spurs defensively played fine. It was offensively where they were a mess. And, again, I think Mitch Johnson just made real mistakes. Like, not only the way he deployed Wemby. And let's look, I don't want to just blame Mitch Johnson. Let's blame De'Aaron Fox. He played terribly in that game. Like, the moment looked too big for him at times. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say De'Aaron Fox, especially in that last minute and a half, he was really bad. Turning the ball over, a missed shot in the middle of the paint. A foul with about 3 seconds left on the shot clock. It was at the end of the game, that was a lot on him.
Yeah, no doubt. He played terribly. In the fourth quarter, he had no points, no assists, 2 turnovers in 11 minutes. And the mistake I think they made, and look, I get you got to have Fox out there. Like, he's one of your better players, and he had a rough go. But the mistake they made was Dylan Harper was killing the Knicks. I mean, killing them. He played like 3 minutes or something like that in the fourth quarter. And that kid is not afraid, man. Like, in game 1 against OKC, he put up a stat line that only Magic Johnson had produced as a rookie in the playoffs. And he's ready for these opportunities. And I think that they really made a mistake by not playing him more. 28 minutes is not enough. Harrison Barnes is kind of unplayable, I feel like, in this series. I mean, clearly Carter Bryant.
Much.
Yeah, Carter Bryant, I mean, spare. And look, I get it. In the first half, playing Carter Bryant and Harrison Barnes, I understood it in the first half because you're trying to save legs. They just came off a long series. But in the second half, they had Carter Bryant didn't play in the second half. But Harrison Barnes, he's just no longer a guy you can rely upon, despite what a good career he's had. And he's had a lot of experience in big games, but it's just not the same player at this point.
You know, you're bringing up an interesting point, though, because during the Oklahoma City series, we were so impressed with Oklahoma City's depth, and we're so impressed with San Antonio's youth and some depth. And when you really look at last night, you might think to yourself that San Antonio doesn't have nearly the depth that we might have thought they had.
No,
when they were
OKC
knocking
was
off
way
Oklahoma
deeper
City.
than them.
Yeah, but the thing is that San Antonio may really, in this series, they may only be a 7-ish kind of rotation kind of team. As you're pointing out, Harrison Barnes didn't play well. Carter Bryant didn't really make a contribution. So it's interesting because I think you said this yesterday, and I don't know. It's only game 1, so I don't want to overreact. Like Wendy always says, don't overreact to game 1.
Yeah, I would.
But I
still think the Spurs are going to win the series.
But hold on, I just want to say one thing. I don't think that the Knicks wilted under the physical pressure that we talked about the Spurs and the Thunder played. They played that physical style. I think that the Knicks showed up saying, we're ready for it. And I thought, again, Karl Anthony Towns was outstanding. And I'll give Mitchell Robinson credit. Bergie and I were talking about this yesterday, George, after you left because of your throat. Mitchell Robinson didn't exactly have much to do with the impact of the final score per se. But for a guy who's dealing with a hand issue and he was considered a game-time decision, my man went out there and gave you 13 minutes and put that big body on people. So
what you got to do, man?
You got to put that big body all over people. That's exactly right.
7:16. You know what you could have done in these 16 minutes? Well, you could have gone and seen our friends at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for a location near you. Why don't we do this, guys? Why don't we move everything up just a few minutes? Okay, because Michelle Smallman's going to join us around 7:40. Plus, I want to give a little rest to Sedano's voice there.
Yeah, we got to take care of that
those are the
voice.
golden pipes. Mm-hmm. Let him rest. Let him hydrate that thing. Let him maybe shoot some prednisone in his throat. I don't know. So why don't you tell us, Cappy, about Pizza Hut? Then we'll take a 3-minute timeout. Then we'll get Bergie's organ out, Michelle Smallman at 7:40.
Hey, first thing about Pizza Hut. I put out a video yesterday on Instagram showing people when I was walking from our studio back to the Pizza Hut content studio.
Yeah, but you walked by all the mess. We haven't put up the curtains yet. So I was
all
like,
right. Let people
it's
see
like
behind the
ESPN LA,
scenes.
don't share this.
No.
No, we don't want
fine.
people seeing that.
Let people see behind the scenes.
Not with those toys that we got in there.
Listen, let me tell you one thing. Pizza Hut actually commented on the post. And they were like, that's awesome. How do we get our own Pizza Hut content studio? And then, Chris, you know what I told them? I said, we're going to need one of those Pizza Hut old school brick and mortar store pillows. We got to have the pillows to put on our laps.
Well, by the way, it's already been brought up because Beto is going to do something. And Beto's got in Tommy Lamb's face. and said, no, we need a desk in here because we're going to be bringing in high school football coaches and players. They ain't sitting in your little baby chairs from Pier 1. Is Pier 1 still a thing? I don't think it is.
I don't know. I don't know if it is or not.
The only guy who could sit in those chairs on camera and be comfortable is Sam Boney with his 120-pound body.
Right. He's so petite, you know.
Like a flower.
Yeah. Hey, today it's Kap versus the app. And here's some real talk for you. Are you a crust lover where you finish the whole slice of pie? Or are you one of those people that leaves the crust behind, a crust leaver? Well, Pizza Hut has just changed the game completely because now they've got the new crispy Parm Pan Pizza. It starts with Pizza Hut's legendary original pan pizza. Everybody already loves that. But now they've taken the Parmesan cheese, they've baked it into the edge of the crust. It's crispy. It's golden. It's crunchy. Every bite, it is so good. And now you get a medium, one-topping, crispy Parm Pan Pizza for just $11.99, or you go for the large for only $3 more. You're going to love this amazing pan pizza with the parm baked right into the crust. Order now at pizzahut.com or do what I did. Download the Pizza Hut app. Start earning rewards towards free pizza when you're using it. Limited time offer, additional charges for extra cheese, toppings, and recipes. But if I can download the app and I can use the Pizza Hut app, anybody can download and use the Pizza Hut app. Get on that Pizza Hut app today.
Thank you, Cappy. 7:19 on a Thursday. Coming up in 3 minutes, we get out Berkey's Oregon. We talk about the Dodgers and Kyle Tucker beating down those D-backs last night. That's next on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
LAX, Los Angeles International Airport, where change is in the air. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hey, it's Mason. The next best thing to being at the 2026 FIFA World Cup is watching it at Cosm. Experience every match inside the massive 87-foot LED dome in shared reality. You will feel like you're right there on the pitch with the world's biggest stars. Plus, catch all the action in the Cosm Hall with great food and drinks. FIFA World Cup tickets will not last, so book right now at cosm.com/FIFA. I will see all you guys for the World Cup at Cosm.
Think premium meat has to come with a premium price? Not at Wild Fork Foods. Get Brazilian beef tenderloin for only $10 a pound. Yes, $10 a pound. And Atlantic salmon portions for just $9.98 a pound. That's steakhouse and seafood house quality at home. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. Shop one of their 11 locations or order online for same-day delivery. Find your local SoCal store at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods. Quality meat, wild prices.
Harry Douglas here to help you get in on the sweet life with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy. It's that classic throwback cotton candy flavor, but with zero sugar and a 5-hour energy boost. I keep these with me so I can tackle that sweet tooth with a tasty caffeine kick and no guilty sugary aftermath. Bring on the sweetness with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy Shots. Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy. Available online at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon.
When's the last time payroll was the easy part of your week? With Gusto, it can be. Gusto is the all-in-one platform designed to take the hassle out of managing your team, from payroll and compliance to hiring, onboarding, and more. With Gusto, you can get back 2 full days each month with all the time you've saved. Go to gusto.com today and learn why over 500,000 small businesses choose Gusto. That's GUSTO.com. Gusto.com.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show, presented by Call Jacob and Jacob Emrani.
The new phone number, 800-345-6789.
My guy, your guy, Cappy's guy, the great Jacob Emrani. 800-345-6789.
With a new phone number, 800-345-6789.
7:22. Good morning. Now, Cappy, you know what song this is?
Tell me.
Well, I want to wait till you're back on camera.
Okay, here I am.
This is the theme song from a decade ago from the Lego movie. And the reason why we play this is because Gregory Arthur Bergman actually caught it. I didn't catch it. Then you've got the Lego hair back.
The Lego hair is in full effect, Cappy.
Yeah, the Lego hair. Hey, listen. Hey, Bergie, this morning.
It's so dark.
It's so jet black.
Wait. Hold on. Wait, I want to listen to me. Just hear me out.
Yeah.
I have a haircut appointment today. Okay.
And you dyed it first?
Wait, listen. So that video that I was just talking about, going back to the Pizza Hut content studio, my father called me. And he goes, you better get your hair dyed, Jack. He goes, you look terrible. You got patches of gray all over the place. Now, hold on. I'm going to turn around for you guys. I want you to see that I haven't even touched it. Today's my haircut. Look, take a look at this.
It's going to take me about 30 seconds before that.
Well, I see it. You can see it here on the iPad. But so the front is black and the back is not?
I haven't done any. I almost just pounded myself in the face with the freaking headphone. I haven't done any coloring to it yet at all. But the pomade, the pomade I use, when I put it in, I don't know, it makes the hair look a little darker. You know?
I think you put some topic in there. I think you sprayed some fibers in
there.
But I'm going to tell you something right now. Hey, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to get a haircut today. And when my girl asks me, do I want her to color it? I'm going as jet black as can be. I'm going there, Lego Man.
Don't do that.
I'm going Lego Man.
Don't do that.
You're going to do the Steve Hartman Lego Man haircut?
Yeah, I'm doing the Lego Man.
Just be you, man. Just be you.
My hair is gross, though.
Let it go.
It's fine. Isn't your dad bald?
My dad is bald. So I know he should shut the hell up.
Right.
Shut up, Dad.
Salt and pepper. Salt and pepper's a good look.
Yeah. Especially if you got it all over. I got it in my chest now.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, chest hair? Great chest hair?
Yeah.
That's
Bergie, by the way, I want to tell you something. You know, you're calling me out for my Lego hair, but don't you see right up here in the front, it's kind of got like this little gray thing happening right over here. Like it's a little embarrassing. Like the front of it's
You're
gray.
old. How's
There's
it embarrassing?
no embarrassment.
It means you're mature.
Yeah. I'm not old, by the way. Hey, Tim, get that freaking camera off my face, man.
7:25.
Back up, Tim.
Michelle Smallman will join us at 7:40. Meanwhile, it is that time a little bit earlier than usual. Time to whip out Bergie's Oregon. You watch him on the Blue Review. Weekdays at 6:30 a.m. Presented by LAX with him and Marcus Grant. Talking all things Dodgers baseball. And then he comes on here first thing in the morning for you with LA Sports Talk. It talks his three things about the Dodgers. Well, Kyle Tucker, Bergie.
We want to go to Kyle Tucker first? Okay.
No, do your normal three, baby.
So the normal three is,
baby.
Do we talk enough about Shohei Ohtani?
Shohei Ohtani.
I know we talked about him.
Listen, he has, through 10 starts, the lowest ERA in Major League history in a given season. It's insane.
I think he's third, no?
6.
Don't get him angry. His throat hurts.
Oh, come on.
No, you're right. You're right. Jacob deGrom and Juan Marichal.
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Wow.
which is still absolutely incredible. If you're putting your name up against Juan Marichal, I think you're doing okay.
I mean, Jacob deGrom is pretty damn good, too, whenever he's been healthy, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I just think people from the past. But what he's doing is it's otherworldly. At this point, no matter what, he has the MVP. If he finishes the season, the MVP is his, right? Like that, we can just kind of put that into his trophy case at this point and have 4 in a row and 5 total, which is nobody else. The only other person that has 5 is a guy named Barry Bonds. So pretty incredible what he's doing. And if you look at his stats, just also as a pitcher, he has gone 5 innings once this year, and every other start has been at least 6 innings. He has not given up more than 5 hits in any single start. The guy has been unbelievable, and since he had those 2 days off at the plate, he has been on absolute fire, hitting over 400, and just not a lot of home runs, but multiple games where he has multiple hits. The guy is something. It's just an anomaly. Yesterday,
I gave you the stat that since May 12th, that's when he had the back-to-back no-hitting games. He's 29 for 69 with a 420 batting average with 13 extra base hits. This was yesterday. This is before last night's game. Last night, here's a stat for you. Shohei Ohtani reached base safely 5+ times in a game he pitched for the second time in his career, tied for the most since 1900.
Right. Do you know what the other game was?
Tell me.
When it was in the NLCS where he got on base 9 times.
Oh, right.
And he pitched in the same game.
Right.
So Shohei Ohtani, what he does is he just has the greatest game in the history of baseball over and over and over again. And yes, so he also went a stretch of, I think it was 10 and 2/3 innings of no-hit baseball over a span of three starts.
The hitters are slashing against him. 144, 224, 211.
Yeah, your question at the beginning, Bergie, is do we even talk enough about Ohtani? And we didn't talk about Ohtani at all when he was with the Angels.
Well, that's the minors.
But still, he was still amazing, even with the Angels, and none of us were talking about him. Now he's with the Dodgers on the biggest of stages. He's a 2-time World Series champion. The guy's an MVP, multi-time MVP. The guy's got an ERA of well under 1, and we don't do enough about Ohtani and his greatness.
We should be doing full shows just about Ohtani, like 3-hour shows just about Ohtani. Obviously, can't do that, but that's how amazing he is. We talk a lot about Victor Wembanyama being an alien. This guy is an alien also. You're not supposed to be able to do two things at the level that he's doing. We're talking about whether or not he's going to win a Cy Young this year, and all while we're talking about winning a Cy Young, he's batting over 300, and he has 10 home runs. If he gets to 40, I think he's still going to get there. That would be 30 in 100 games. That's a lot of home runs in 100 games. But he could still do it, and the numbers are just out of control.
And he just keeps slapping the ball down the right field line for extra base hits. He gets on base. He scores runs. We talk about pitching, and we talk about home runs, but it's all the other stuff the guy does to impact the game. Like
speed.
You talk about Wemby. Oh, yeah. Listen, Wemby last night, George, remember they were in the fourth quarter, there's about 7 minutes to go, and Wemby's close to the basket, and he misses a shot, but then somehow he gets the rebound, like underhanded. And around a defensive player, and then still is able to get up and make the shot. I mean, Wemby's doing things physically and athletically that we've never seen before, but in our entire lives, we've all heard the legend of Babe Ruth. We're watching the legend of Ohtani every night.
100%.
Yeah,
that sounded
no
dramatic,
doubt. Listen,
didn't it? Didn't that sound kind of dramatic, too? I mean,
it is.
sort of the way I put it.
I liked it.
You nailed it.
Yeah, thanks.
Good dismount.
Thanks.
Did you have something, George?
No, I was just gonna.
Did you have something?
No,
George?
he was about to say something.
I was gonna say something, but I don't know. Cappy's dismount really just threw me off.
threw you completely off. I was trying to give him some space to enjoy in the conversation of Shohei Ohtani. But
Shohei Ohtani.
Do you have
Well,
something, George?
I mean, to your point, Greg, though, just to add, the fact that Shohei Ohtani, the pitcher, gave up 2 hits and 1 walk, and Shohei Ohtani, the hitter, got 3 hits and 2 walks, is pretty insane. You're right. We don't talk enough about him. We probably should be talking more about him. And I don't know. But, I feel like it's on us to come up with better adjectives to describe him, right? And I think that it's definitely going to put us to the test despite how good he is. You'd think it'd be easy, but it's not. You do run out of things to say.
Yeah, he should renegotiate and get a new contract. Seriously, $700 million isn't enough for that guy.
Not enough. Yeah.
Really, it probably isn't, especially with the amount of money that actually came in because of him from Japan and sponsorships and everything else.
Not enough.
He's made them that much money and trifold. Oh, it's been
trifold.
Nice
Nice
trifold.
word.
You like
Oh, that
trifold?
was nice. Yeah.
word.
I'm trying to use extra different style of vocabulary. A couple other guys that we talked about yesterday. We talked about Kyle Tucker and we talked about Max Muncy, that they have been struggling a little bit, despite the fact that 14 home runs for Max Muncy, he was not hitting very well with runners in scoring position.
By the way, I do have one more thing on Ohtani.
Sure.
Remember how we were talking about how he was struggling at the plate?
Yeah, that's not happening anymore.
Remember that? Dude, it wasn't that long ago we were talking about that. He's got a 940 OPS already this year.
Yeah, he has. So on to
I
Cappy's
just had
point.
to look up his
So when
batting
you ask
stats.
Sedano, does he have something? He has something.
I know
He was just sitting on it.
Yeah.
No, I just was trying to remember what I was looking up on my computer.
Yeah.
All right.
So Cappy said it too, is that on May 12th he hit a home run, and then he took 2 days off. After that, he has been on fire. And he actually went below an 800 OPS at around that spot, and now he's back over to your point. What was it, 940?
940, and
Jeez.
he's pitched 61 innings this year as I'm looking at the numbers, and he's allowed 5 earned runs.
Insane.
He's batting. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say there's only been 1 outing with 2 runs. Everything else has been 1 or less.
Oh, Bergie slammed his fist when you interrupted him. Don't do that,
No,
son.
wow.
Oh, don't do that. Do not do it. He's like Jim
Chris.
Rome.
There's
he's
loud
batting
desk.
300, 521 slugging. Crazy.
The guy's insane.
Crazy.
But the other guys we were talking about yesterday were Kyle Tucker and Max Muncy. Max Muncy, that he was struggling with runners in scoring position. He got a couple of hits yesterday, so that probably made him feel really, really good that it wasn't just by the home run because, 14 home runs, 21 RBIs before yesterday. That means you're just hitting a bunch of solo home runs. It's not always your fault about who's on base in front of you, but he was not getting hits when guys were on base, and he did yesterday. Kyle Tucker, who we talked about earlier, he had 3 hits. He did have that massive home run. It was over the pool in right center field.
It seemed like, I don't know, man. It just kind of seemed like a weird swing, too. It didn't seem like a full swing. Maybe I'm not doing a good enough job of analyzing every one of his swings, but it was almost like he kind of half swung. Did you see that? You see what I'm talking about, Bergie? Like from the third base angle when you would see it, it just didn't seem like it came from all the way back. It seemed like it was halfway in. Just a weird swing to me, and he crushed that ball.
Yeah, and that's actually a good thing because every other pitch, he was swinging out of his shoes like Chris Taylor used to do, where it was that huge uppercut swing and just trying to destroy a ball. And now they talked to the hitting coaches, Robert Van Scoyoc, and told him, like, hey, bring it back a little bit, and then the power will come. Let the pitcher's power use their power to get the ball apart.
Freddie Freeman did that last night, too. Remember that one ball that Freddie hit down the third base line that was in on his wrist, and he hit it maybe an inch above his left wrist, and how he somehow battled and fought that ball off and took it the other way? That was really impressive by Freddie.
Yeah, and Freddie's been on fire, too. He's been, over the last couple of weeks, he's been just as on top of the ball as Shohei, and I think he has more home runs, too. Another guy that is not, though, Mookie Betts. We talked about Mookie before, and yes, I know people are going to start trying to kill me.
All right.
Hey,
He'll hit 2 home runs today.
Rip
him.
Good.
Go ahead.
He went 0-for-5 yesterday. He went down to a 189 batting average. He touched 200 2 days ago, and then it just dropped right back in for one at bat. He's been struggling. Now, I'm never going to say anything too horrendous about Mookie because he got me through 3 World Series rings. So he's exempt from all villainy, but at the same time, he's having a little bit of struggle. And on the Blue Review this morning, we were talking about how, what do you do with him? Do you put him in the further down in the lineup or not? So just let's see what Mookie does. I do think that he's going to figure some stuff out. I love Mookie, but at the same time, he's struggling.
Oh, here we go.
But I think,
there's the call out.
Good.
Good. Yeah, let him hit 2 home runs today. And by the way, here's one thing. You talk about moving him down in the lineup. I don't think Dave will do that. I mean, he's already moved him down from 2 to 4. And you know Dave. Dave loves and believes in his guys and lets guys work things out. And by the way, you have the luxury of doing that. So leave him where he's at and let him work it out.
Yep. And so the last thing for me, Justin Wrobleski on the mound tonight, trying to win another series. And they'll take 3 of 4, and they'll be 6 of 7 if they win this game against the Diamondbacks. 6-7. And Justin Wrobleski, I wanted to see him do the same thing he did in the last outing, where he was hitting 98, 99 miles per hour and striking guys out and getting some swing and miss.
Beautiful.
By the way,
3 things. Go ahead, Sedano.
One more Ohtani stat.
Yes.
Yeah, give us more. You got something, Sedano? You got something?
Sarah Slangs tweeted this. She's amazing.
Yeah. The best.
This is the second time in his career that Ohtani has reached base safely 5 times in a game, 5 or more times in a game he's pitched. That's tied for the most such games since at least 1900 with Mel Parnell, Wes Farrell, and Jimmy Callahan.
Oh, you
Jimmy Callahan.
None of us were alive to see any of those guys play.
I just want to make sure I'm clear on one thing. You had to one up me, didn't you?
Yeah, he did.
He did.
I mean,
he added to it. That was a good addition.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He one upped me. I said the exact same thing. Shohei Ohtani has reached base safely 5+ times in a game he pitched for the second time in his career, tied for the most such games since at least 1900. I said the exact same thing, and then what you did is you added on the other names. 3 guys.
Cappy,
you had to one up
context.
Cappy, how did you ever do television? Because you have no sense of time.
Come on,
It
man.
really is amazing. Let me knock on the hardwood. Michelle Smallville will join us in about 3 minutes.
I had to add the context of Callahan, Parnell, and Farrell.
Cappy, it's no sense of time.
What
Hernandez
about
Wholesale
Sedano?
Flooring.
Does he have sense of time?
Yes.
He does?
Let's talk about Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, Sedano.
Listen, it's springtime in SoCal, so sun's out, guns out, and you're still on those same old floors. You know who's ecstatic that Shohei is tied with Parnell, Farrell, and Callahan? My guys, Steven and Carlos Hernandez, both my guys, okay? So here's the deal. Make a power move, guys, because if you're dealing with those same old floors, you got to move on. You got to call Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. You got to get with Steven and Carlos and those crazy Hernandez brothers. They have millions of in-stock options. Hardwood, laminate, tile, waterproof vinyl, carpet, even the turf for the outdoor. No waiting on spring sales, just true wholesale pricing every single darn day. Family owned, 3 generations deep, winning on price, selection, and service. Extra savings for first responders, military, and veterans, plus for everybody, price match. Yep, you heard that right. So this spring, upgrade your whole vibe. Hit the showroom right off the 5 freeway next to the Commerce Casino. Check them out on the web at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, or call them HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net, of course. HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net on the web. Call them at 866-62-FLOOR. 866-62-FLOOR. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. No games, no gimmicks, because no spring sale beats wholesale.
Thank you, Sedano. 7:38 in the morning on a Thursday. Coming up, Mike Trudell will join us at 8:05. Rumors that Geeter McGee, Chris McGee, will join us at 8:30. But coming up next, from Unsportsmanlike for her Thursday visit, even though she blew us off last week, the great Michelle Smallman is next in 3 minutes on ESPN LA.
The personalities you know.
The teams you love.
Leaving it there for Son. Puts it on the left foot shot. And in! Oh, Son again! Golazo, golazo, golazo! The teams you love.
The station you spend time with every day.
LA's mega sports station.
ESPN LA 710 and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, if you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that could last for weeks. Getting sick right before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and a pharmacy can be really stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having an urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Packs to treat wide ranges of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick, at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. You just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook, or you call the telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your bed sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. Save $45 with our promo code 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710. Promo code is 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710.
Eat, play, stay, and cheer this summer as the world's biggest football tournament comes to LA. Head over to LA Live to enjoy food and drink offerings from over 20 restaurants and watch every match. Catch every soccer moment this summer with your favorite crew. Big matches call for big flavors, so grab your table, order another round, and let's cheer on the world. The action begins July 11th through July 19th. See you at LA Live.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Oh, damn.
George Sedano.
LA, baby.
Scott Kaplan.
What's up, LA?
What's up, LA?
Hey.
For Sedano and Kap right now.
7:41. Good morning.
Oh, what a song.
Cappy on this day in 1991. The number one R&B song. Cover Me Bad. I want to sex you up, Jack.
Yeah.
But they didn't put in the Jack part. But
No. But adding Jack is even better.
remember when they were on 90210? I was a kid. I was like 7 years old. I was like, Cover Me Bad, take it out with Kelly Taylor and Brenda Walsh. Meanwhile, it is that time as Sedano's voice recovers from Game 1 of the NBA Finals last night. He was part of the coverage on ESPN Radio. You heard this person on ESPN Radio, as she does each weekday morning with Evan Cohen and Chris Canty. The great Michelle Smallman joins us for her weekly visit. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning, guys. How we doing?
Doing really great, as a matter of fact. How about you?
I'm doing great. We're running on like 4 hours of sleep because of that great Game 1 in the NBA Finals last night. But this is what we live for. We live for a great game and a great matchup like we had last night.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cappy. You go.
But I'm surprised, Michelle, to be honest with you, that your first thought today is about this amazing Game 1 last night. I thought,
and not about the Rams getting Myles Garrett, who the Rams that she loves or hates. Really, I mean, we say that facetiously.
I thought on that.
I thought
we thought of you immediately.
Yeah, I thought you were going to come on today and rant and rave about how your Packers got your pass rusher last year, who got hurt and is going to be hurt for a couple of weeks going into this season. But our Rams got the number one guy in the entire NFL.
Well, and remember, what was the analogy you used about the Rams? They were like the guy that wasn't ready to get married or something, and now they're like this perfect husband.
It's the guy that cheats on you, and then publicly like posts it like, oh, she was never great, blah, blah. And meanwhile, the girl's like, I held you down when you were unemployed, when you were out of shape, when you had no friends, because that's what the Rams were in St. Louis. They were 15-65 over a 5-year span. They were terrible. And then they all of a sudden have a glow up, marry the mistress, and are like happier than ever. Like, how would you feel? Probably not great. That's St. Louis.
I'll tell you how I feel. Let me tell you how I feel, Michelle. Not only am I happy that the Rams did what they did to get Myles Garrett, okay? But you see, for me, you're a Rams hater now. I'm a Charger hater because the Chargers moved out of San Diego. But then I became a Rams fan, and I know that there's a lot of hypocrisy in all of that. But what the Rams did was the
irony is like thick, to be honest with you.
But not only did the Rams get that much better, but they buried the Chargers on the local LA sports scene. There's nobody who even thinks or even knows that the Chargers exist because the Rams just keep piling on free agents and big money contracts and getting themselves Super Bowl positions. So for me, this is a double victory, the Rams and Myles Garrett.
Okay, well, this is actually a big win for me. Can I explain why? Because I think you're probably confused because the Rams are already Super Bowl contenders who made some shrewd moves this offseason to, strengthen that secondary, which was a problem last year. They extend Matthew Stafford. He's happy because he got paid, the reigning MVP. Ty Simpson, they're planning for the future. Oh, and on top of that, the cherry on top is Myles Garrett. You're probably thinking, as a notorious Rams hater, Michelle, how are you happy about this? I'm happy about this because it's hard to win a Super Bowl. And just because you're the best team on paper does not mean that you'll get it done. And if the Rams don't, after they've made all these moves, it's going to be so sweet for me. So sweet for me. And on top of that, a lot of people are very grossed out by the Rams. They're very grossed out that they are an already rich group getting richer with adding Myles Garrett. CeCe already said, I'm coming on your side. They're the villains in the NFL. I want them to lose. I was like, yes. Let me scoot over, get comfortable. I think a lot of people are going to come over to my side, bandwagon haters, which I'm totally fine with, and hate the Rams. I actually think they're going to be the biggest villains in the NFL this year, and I can't wait to watch everyone really, really root for their demise.
Again, the irony of someone who's a Lakers fan saying that someone is being gluttonous in regards to acquiring players historically.
Wow. I mean, Michelle, what do you think now the Rams are to football what the Dodgers are to baseball? I mean, are you rooting against the Dodgers? Listen, don't get me wrong. I hate watch the Chargers every week, and I actually have more fun hate watching than love watching. So you think what, Rams are now Dodgers?
Yes, of course. And I do hate watch the Dodgers. And I know that they are playing by the rules and that they have been very smart, not only in acquiring talent, but that they have drafted and developed, which they do not give enough credit for. But yeah, even though they're so likable, they're the villains because they're so good. Other fan bases do not like dynastic teams. So yeah, I definitely hate watch the Dodgers. And I always hate watch the Rams. Unfortunately, I think I'm becoming like the number one op of LA.
Yeah, I love you guys. Sounds like it. Let me ask you a question because we were talking about the whole baseball salary cap, salary floor thing. How is it the St. Louis Cardinals only spend $99 million right now?
Oh, how is it that they only spent that amount of money and they're winning baseball games? That's the real question. Like, how are they doing this? I had the opportunity to speak with Ollie Marmol, the Cardinals manager, when they were in Pittsburgh for that series because we were there for the draft. And as we discussed, I stayed a couple of days and brought my dad in so that we could go to the series. And no one expected the Cardinals to be sitting there at 32-28 this season. They moved on from every veteran player that before was part of their identity. Nolan Arenado, everybody's gone, right? So it's this young group. The front office and ownership had braced the fan base to expect some lean years, and then all of a sudden they're in second place in the division. And I know it's a long season and that might not be sustainable, but Ollie told me that they're just having fun. There were no expectations placed on these young kids, and so they're just going out there and they're playing free. And it's been really great for them. They're developing a culture in real time, and I think that, the being devoid of expectations and pressure has been really, really good for them.
Well, I'm not saying they shouldn't hit a reset at some point, but it feels like they've been in a reset for a while, and I just feel like a brand like that should not be in the bottom third of spending in the sport.
Oh, right. I get what you're saying. I'm sorry. But they had to, though, because they basically need to wipe the slate clean because John Mozeliak, who had been the president of baseball operations for 2 decades with the Cardinals, won the World Series, he transitioned out and Chaim Bloom came in. And in order for Chaim Bloom to essentially enact his vision, they needed to wipe the slate clean. They need to eat some money with the Arenado contract, and they basically have to, or they're attempting to, revamp the farm system, that Cardinal way through line that had kind of lost its way for a little bit as far as coaching and teaching is concerned. And they just really needed to spin things in a different direction. And in order to do that, they had to lean into youth so they weren't spending this offseason so that they could gear up. And once the team that they thought was in a better place, then they go out and they spend big and add those veteran players. But they've been doing better than people expected, which to the argument of why are the Cardinals not spending money, and that's a problem for baseball. If a franchise of that caliber is not spending money, they shouldn't be in the bottom tiers of teams as far as the finances are concerned. Their success that they're having is negating that argument, but again, I don't know if it's sustainable.
Yeah, I don't know if it's sustainable either, but I just think that I think the floor, they will spend the money because they have the money. But I just think a floor in baseball, for all the talk of a cap, which I don't think is a bad thing either, I just think the floor, the fact that anyone dips under, $150 million, let alone $171, which is the proposal, to me is silly in 2026. Like, if you are a billionaire or a group of people that are worth billions and you own a professional sports franchise, I think you owe it to the city to put the best product out there. Again, fully understanding that sometimes you need to hit the reset button, but there needs to be a level of at least dedication across the board. And I'm not singling out the Cardinals. They just happen to be the team that surprised me when I looked at the salaries for this year.
And you don't have to single out the sport, George. You don't have to single out the sport. And that just gets us all right back to the Rams. Because what have the Rams done? They have told their fan base, we are all about winning immediately, and we'll do whatever it takes.
Thank you, Cappy. The great Michelle Smallman. I know she's got to run. We thank you for your weekly visit, Michelle.
Bye,
Thanks,
Michelle.
Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye-bye. Michelle Smallman, part of Unsportsmanlike. You hear her weekdays 3 to 7 a.m. leading into this show, the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We got some time here, but first, let me tell you about
Are you Skivozo? Or is that
City Water Skivozo.
But guess what? I got a new drop. You ready for this one?
Yeah.
I get out of the shower, I do a happy dance, and then I suck on the tap.
How about that? Johnny I going all in on the bit, baby.
Quack, quack, John Ireland.
Johnny I.
John Ireland knows he don't want to be a City Water sleazeball.
Esquivoso.
John Ireland wants to suck on that tap because his water is clean. Okay, because he's got a Life Source water system. So he gets out of the shower, he wiggles it around.
Wiggle it just a little bit. Yeah.
He can drink his water right out of the tap. He doesn't even need a glass, Cappy.
No.
He could suck right on the tap because his water is clean. He
Right.
called 800-WATER-99 or LifeSourceWater.com. One more time, Johnny I.
I get out of the shower, I do a happy dance, and then I suck on the tap.
Life Source has been around since 1984, trusted by over 250,000 homes with more than 4,000 five-star reviews. Upgrade your water in your daily life with a Life Source whole house system. I did it. Johnny I did it with that monstrous forehead of his, and you can do it too. Don't be a City Water sleazeball. Call the Life Source Water California factory at 800-WATER-99 or visit LifeSourceWater.com right now. Get factory direct pricing and free installation for a limited time. Life Source Water. Taste and feel the difference. Warranty limitations apply.
I get out of the shower, I do a happy dance, and then I suck on the tap.
Exactly right. 7:51 on a Thursday morning. Michael Trudell will join us at 8:05. I believe Geeter at 8:30 this morning.
Oh, wow. You talk about a bunch of ball knowers showing up today, George. We got ball knower extraordinaires everywhere around this place. Ball knowers. A lot of ball knowers.
We were going to have Stephen A. on, but I told Lindsay, because I have to leave at 9:20, that he could only come on at 9:20 and I have to roll. So we'll do it next week with Stephen A. Stephen A. was in all his glory last night, boy.
Your post last night of Stephen A. doing his thing with the Knicks fans behind him.
Yeah, I was watching him. He was doing it, yeah.
Estimate for me, because it's hard to tell on television.
I would say about 20% of the arena, 15 to 20% of the arena were Knicks fans.
See, once again, not even letting me finish a sentence. We're just on that sort of wavelength right now. You know where I'm going. You know what I wanted to know. But I'll tell you this.
So I asked these guys sitting behind me, right? So I'm sitting in the second row of the scorer's table. Mm-hmm. And I'm actually right behind the camera where when the official comes to talk about a challenge or whatever. Like I'm literally sitting right behind that camera. And the guys behind me were Knicks fans, and I asked them in the pregame, I said, hey, man, let me ask you guys a question.
Hey, man.
I said, obviously, to get into – and by the way, it's gone up. Like, it was $5,000 just a few days ago. It's now $7,500 to get in the door at Madison Square Garden for Game 3.
And those are the nosebleeds, right? Those are the – because the court sides are like
you have
$100,000.
obstructed views in some of those cases.
$100,000 for the court side-ish, best seats in the house, $100,000 in New York.
So I asked the guys, these two guys, they had seats right behind me. So they were like not, on the baseline, but like first row of the
really
stands.
Good seats. Yeah.
Yeah. And I said, hey, man, like how much more would it have cost you to get these seats at the Garden? And they were telling me, well, we do have good seats at the Garden. Like we have like kind of first few rows or whatever. He's like, easily, even if you factor in, and the guy said, I got a first-class flight here to San Antonio. I got a hotel for 4 days or whatever it was. And then the tickets that we bought to buy for this game in Game 1. He goes, and we're coming back for Game 2. He goes, even with all that included, it's still easily 5 or 6 times more to just get into the Garden. 5 or 6 times more to get the seats that we would want at the Garden than the entire trip we spent here to come to San Antonio.
Now, let me ask you, because
that's
I'm
amazing.
nosy. You know how nosy I am, and how I will be shameless, and I will ask. So if I were in your shoes, here's what I would say. Okay, so just understand, you flew here first class.
Just use round numbers, right, Cappy?
Right. You stayed in a hotel. You're going to 2 games. You got tickets to both that are bomb-ass tickets. How much total is this trip going to cost you? So that, and the reason I would ask it is besides just being a Buttinsky, because that's what I would do. I would butt into their business. But I'd also want to understand that if they spend a grand total, let's just say of $10,000, flights, hotels, tickets to games, meals, etc. If you spent $10,000, what then would the number be in New York? $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, whatever.
Well, I don't think they spent $10,000.
What do you think they spent? Take a guess.
If I had to guess, probably closer to 5 each.
5,000, 2 games. First class ticket, hotel.
Yeah.
$5,000?
Yeah, you can get the seats they were in. You probably get for like $2,000.
Yeah, but that's per game, no?
Right, but I'm talking about per person.
Yeah, so that's $4,000 for 2 games.
Right.
Then
yes, plus a first class seat and a hotel. There's a million hotels here. It's not expensive. A hotel city.
Wow, it's
the Marriott Riverwalk. You can get in there for like $10.
Dude, there are a million hotels in this town. It's a convention town.
That is amazing, though. And here's the other thing.
If I had to guess, they probably spent like $5,000 total.
But somebody.
No. I would probably say like 6. Yeah, like 6, 7 grand total. Yeah. So he said that it would. So based on what he said, 5 or 6 times, it would probably cost like those same seats that he would want, like first couple of rows, would probably cost him $35,000, $40,000.
Unbelievably smart.
Yeah.
I'm going to go down to San Antonio. I'm going to fly first class. I'm going to stay in a nice hotel. I'm going to have bomb-ass seats, and I'm going to do it for a fraction of the price of what I could do in New York. That is freaking brilliant. And if you're a long-standing, long-suffering Knicks fan, and this is the dream of your lifetime, because you haven't seen the Knicks get anywhere close to this in your lifetime. There was a point, George, in the 90s when the Bulls and the Heat and the Knicks, they were all battling it out, but Chicago would win it every year. Patrick Ewing could never get over. John Starks couldn't. Allen Houston couldn't.
Patrick Ewing there. Oh, man, I actually ran into Spike and Tracy Morgan were sitting next to each other, and I was walking by because I was listening in, I listened into the huddles, and Spike is right behind the Knicks bench, and on those similar seats to what that guy I was talking to. And Spike, taps me on the shoulder, and I'm like, what's up, Spike? And he's like, yo, man, I just want to tell you.
What's up, Spike? How you living, dog? Yeah. What's
and
good?
He's like, yo, man, I just want to tell you. He gives me his hand, and he hits, guy kind of gives me 5, and he goes, I just want to tell you, man, you do a great job. And I said, man, thanks. I appreciate that. And he's like, no, for real, man. You do an awesome job. And I'm like, all right. He gives me a fist bump. I'm like, all right. And then Tracy's like, yeah, man, you do a great job. And then he shook my hand. I was like, all right, what's up?
That's your Tracy Morgan? That's pretty good. Hey,
it was limited. It was very limited. It was like, yeah, man, you do a great job, too.
Yeah. You tell Tracy, hey, don't puke on my shoes, pal. Remember that time Tracy Morgan sitting courtside and just threw up all over the place?
What's up? You do good, too.
Yeah. You do good work.
Yeah, they were. But Spike was loving. He was even showing me love.
You. I mean,
and Spike and I have run into each other a few times, but like he was like legit, like pulled me, like tapped me on the shoulder to pull me aside to chat with me. It was very nice.
Wow.
The Knicks fans are feeling good right now.
Oh, I bet they are.
Hey, listen, I'm rooting on the Knicks for 2 reasons. You want to guess one of them, Cappy?
What? Well, Good Karma has the broadcast.
3 reasons then.
Yeah.
Okay, there's your 3rd reason. Okay. Reason number 1 that Morales is rooting for the Knicks is?
Good Karma Brands owns the Knick rights for ESPN New York. Number 2, our friend Ben Lyons. Who's number 3? I shared his video last night on Twitter. Backyard brick in the pool.
Oh,
JT
Bergie.
the brick.
Bergie, first reference of the day.
I know.
JT's in the pool or JT's in the backyard going, woo, woo, yeah, Knicks, yeah.
I liked when you were more clever about it. You're trying to be clever
Now
about
I
it.
just
This
jam
is
it in.
Yeah,
now
you're
it's just blatant.
Yeah, just blatant at this point.
Coverage and content of the 2026 NBA playoffs on ESPN LA is presented by Pechanga Resort Casino. Tune into Game 2 of the NBA Finals tomorrow night, starting at 5:30 p.m. George Sedano, part of the broadcast team from ESPN Radio. You'll hear it here on ESPN LA 7:10 a.m. or on the all-new ESPN LA app in crystal clear digital audio. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino. Visit pechanga.com for more information. Are you laughing or coughing?
Yeah, I don't know, George.
You okay?
Right?
No, that was a cough.
Oh, okay.
It was.
That's not good. That don't sound too good.
Sounded like you smoked 4
No,
packs
you know
of
what I
Marlboro
got
Reds
is
last
you know
night.
when you have a sore throat and then it goes, it's not sore anymore, so it's now like dry, scratchy, itchy.
You got to get the saline, Joe, so it drips down into the throat.
Once you get that stuff you use, that pot thing that you
I
use
use
where
the-
you stick it
the
up your
neti
nose.
pot.
Yeah, with that thing.
Or
What's
get
it
a
called?
Navage.
Well, I have to go buy one. I would have to go to the CVS.
Did you get the Vaporu cough drops?
No, I got to get
What
that
are you
stuff.
doing, man?
You're not listening to us, man.
Tea and honey.
Hey, get some
Well, I
tea
did
and
honey yesterday.
Yeah.
I did honey yesterday. Honey got me through the game yesterday.
Or
right?
just go on the Riverwalk and stick your mouth in the water.
Ugh.
Yeah, really. That'll clean things out.
Almost threw
That'll
up.
definitely clean you out.
Meanwhile, Michael Trudell will join us in just a few moments. But, Cappy, I've been at East Central 3 nights in a row. Tonight I'll be staying at SeaWorld. And then tomorrow night I'm back at East Central. When I walk into East Central, they go, "Welcome home, Mr. Morales."
It's so true. And when I walk out in the morning, the front desk are all like, "See you later, Mr. Kaplan." You know, they're so sweet to us there. The other day I walked into the lobby, and there was a line of people that were getting ready to check in, and one of the managers came from behind the door or behind the counter and actually brought me the keys to my room and a couple of bottles of water because they know us there. They love us there. And by the way, we love them there as well. Whether it's Robert Montez, the general manager, all the way to Casey, the bartender. I mean, everybody there just treats us like family. And by the way, it's because we're there every week. We get it. We know everybody. But they're going to treat you that way, too. There are newer and fancier hotels all around downtown L.A., but guess what? Their rooms are tiny, like staying in closets. The rooms at the East Central are gigantic. The gym is brand new, and it's got everything you would need from dumbbells to treadmills, everything you need for a hotel. The Knicks-O Lounge is awesome because you're just one floor up and above Figueroa, and you got the looks, the sounds, the feels, the smells of downtown L.A., and you get a nice drink, or maybe it's a good breakfast in the morning. You're going to have a terrific experience at the East Central Hotel, the best location right across the street from L.A. Live. The East Central Hotel in downtown L.A. is entertainment's official address.
Thank you, Cappy. 801 at KSPN Los Angeles, Good Karma Brands radio station. When we return in 4 minutes from right now, Mike Trudell, Ball Knower Extreme, joins us on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Experience luxury at the top of its game. Visit CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Rams fans, D-Far here. The Rams are making history in 2026, heading to Melbourne, Australia to face the Niners. You can be there. I've teamed up with True Fan Travel to hook you up with the ultimate fan experience. Game tickets, hotels, exclusive events, even a chance to meet me all in one package. This isn't just a trip, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Spots are limited. Don't wait. Visit TrueFanTravel.com right now and secure your spot. That's TrueFanTravel.com. See you there.
If you run a small business, you know that opportunities and emergencies don't wait. So don't let big banks hold your business hostage with weeks of endless red tape and paperwork. Turn to Cardiff. Cardiff is America's favorite small business lender with a 5-minute application that won't impact your personal credit. You get approved in minutes and funded the same day for up to $500,000. If you've been operating for at least a year with $20,000 a month in revenue, skip the bank delays. Go to Cardiff/ESPNLA right now to secure your funding. That's Cardiff.co/ESPNLA.
I get out of the shower, I do a happy dance, and then I suck on the tap.
Exactly right, Johnny. 803. It's a Cosm Ticket Thursday. Listen all day for your chance to win a 4-pack of GA tickets to experience Game 2 of the NBA Finals at Cosm. The biggest stage in basketball is here, and there's no better way to watch than in Cosm's immersive shared reality environment. Visit Cosm.com for more information. 8:04 in the morning. Mike Trudell joins us in 2 minutes from right now on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
If Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea was your best friend, it would be the kind of friend that starts an impromptu dance party in the supermarket aisle that turns into an all-day pool party rager at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea turns any day into a legendary adventure. It's smooth and refreshing real iced tea with just the right kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds. You can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
Right now, there's a real demand for experienced brick and block layers. You can earn up to $55.10 an hour, plus full family health care, dental, vision, a pension, and annual pay increases. This isn't just a job, it's a future. Work on high-profile projects like OC Vibe, sports stadiums, and schools you'll be proud to say you built. Join the International Union of Bricklayers and Allied Craftsmen Local 4. Call 626-739-5600 or visit BAC4CA.org. Become a part of the best hands in the business.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time. Real quality with our marinated proteins like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Head to Waba Grill for $5 happy hour, weekdays after 3 p.m. and try our new chili crisp dumplings, paired with a premium or beverage drink, like our delicious Thai tea, both for only $5. Only at Waba Grill. It's for you.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Oh my, this is a banger. Don't get a chance to use that word very often, guys.
George Sedano, Scott Kaplan.
But it just sort of came out of my mouth. Banger is what it is.
More Sedano and Kap right now.
8:06. Good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a Thursday, Jack. Now, I played this one, New Kid in Town by the Eagles.
What a song.
Because my day began yesterday on a windy Wednesday. I wasn't in a great mood on this show. I was calling Tommy Lamb, our market manager at Two-Face. But my day ended with Mike Trudell and Beto Duran. But Trudell, here's what I did. I went over to the E when I got back from CHLA and recording some interviews for Saturday. And I said, you know what? I'm exhausted. I'm going to go take a nap at my home away from home. I took a nice, hour-and-a-half nap. I woke up. It was halftime of the game. I said, I got to go see my friend Mike Trudell. I walked back over in shorts and a Rocky shirt, as Mike Trudell called it. By the way, Mike Trudell, joins us now on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. And he said, hey, let's go down to the Dog together. I'll brief you on the first half. And I said, you know what? It's not Cappy anymore. There's a new kid in town. It's Mike Trudell. He's my new kid in town.
Oh,
Mike
wow.
Trudell, good morning.
Wow. The setup specifically designed to just tweak Cappy a little bit. I was not expecting that, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I mean, but Mike, I mean, that's kind of the deal, right? I mean, anything to make me jealous that you would take my seat at the Dog with Morales. Now you realize that on Monday night, me, Morales, and his wonderful girlfriend, Stephanie, he's always accusing me of trying to steal everybody's endorsements. I'd like to steal his girlfriend. That's how much I love her.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, I love her.
Well,
She's awesome.
To confess, I did ask Morales if I could have one of your 15 endorsements. He said no, but it's interesting that you say that you're being accused of stealing other people's. Is that how you got so many? I thought it was just your charm and refusal to say no, and lack of fear of asking things that seem ridiculous.
Correct. First of all, you gotta have the kuyans to just ask for things. That's number one.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Number two, you gotta have a never accept the word no as an answer. The word no to me is the beginning of the road to the word yes. So for me, you can say no all you want, but I will never accept no as an answer. But I am a little jealous. I am jealous that you guys were at the Dog last night.
Well, we just got it to
World Cup
go.
tickets?
We got it to go. Just to be clear.
Cappy?
Yo,
Cappy,
say
can
it
I have
again,
World
Mike.
Cup tickets?
World
Can you
Cup
get me some
tickets?
World Cup tickets? Yeah, that's all I want.
The answer is not no. The answer is I'm on it.
George, what do you think about that, George?
Yeah. I mean, he'll look into it for like a second.
Yeah, and then when I realize how hard it is and it's an impossibility, then I'll be like, sorry, Mike. But to be honest with you, actually, that's not completely out of the realm of possibility, to be honest.
Well, that's what Andy and the boys and I are looking for. Really, only 4. I mean, I can't justify the $1,000 for Riggs at age 5.
Yeah, Riggs gets a babysitter on that day.
Yeah. Yeah, 4 tickets is fine. And honestly, I mean, you could Riggs is my son, my third son, Cappy.
Got it.
So if we can just arrange babysitting of some kind, then he'll be fine.
Let me hold on real quick. Just let me see if I understand what you're asking. You want me to get you 4 tickets to a World Cup game, and you want me to babysit little Riggsy?
Well, you don't have to. We have other babysitters for Riggs. He's fun to hang out with.
How about this, Cappy? If
Yeah.
I'm in town, Uncle George will take Riggsy.
Uncle George, what a guy.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Uncle George
Riggs
is a
was
good
like
guy.
Mateo.
He's a good man.
Yeah.
He is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Mike, I'm curious to hear what you think. George and I were talking about this game 1 last night, and I made this point. He disagreed, of course, with I just didn't think it was a great game. I didn't think either of them played great. And I pointed out that the Knicks, their 3-point shooting on average prior to last night's game, about 39%. Last night, about 31%. For the Spurs, on average, their 3-point shooting, 35%. Last night, 26%. My only point is, it was a great game. I just think either team played great.
So that doesn't mean it's not a great game.
No,
just
that's
because-
not. No, it was a great game.
Was that a deep sigh from Sedano? I was sighing along with you, George. Neither team shot the ball particularly well, but both played well. Both played hard. Both created good shots. So I'm going to go with George on this one. Sorry,
Oh,
Cappy.
gosh. I knew I was going to take the L on that one. I was looking for somebody to side with me.
Michael, I was, and I'm not trying to take away anything from the Knicks because Jalen Brunson, didn't have a very efficient game, and that's what the Spurs do. They're not going to let you have an efficient game, but he was fantastic down the stretch. And look, that's been his MO for a long time now. But there were things that puzzled me by the Spurs. I felt like they played out of sorts, particularly once they took their foot off the gas in about the middle of the third quarter. But then they really started to – they were playing out of sorts for most of the game offensively. But Dylan Harper, I thought, did a phenomenal job keeping him in the game while Fox was terrible. Wemby did not have a good game, even by his own admission. I was stunned. Absolutely stunned that Dylan Harper only played 3 minutes in the fourth quarter, and he only played 28 overall minutes. This kid has shown over and over and over again during these playoffs, when he's been healthy, which has been most of it, that he has been fantastic, that the moment doesn't faze him, both on offense and on defense. I didn't love them, trying to create offense with Wemby 30 feet away from the basket, trying to go downhill at the top of the key. I'm like, that's not what he does. That you're just asking for turnovers there. It really was surprising. I feel like when Mitch Johnson watches the the tape from last night's game today and we talk to him in a couple of hours, he's going to be like, yeah, there was a lot of things that I could have done differently and should have done differently.
Yes, that sounds – I can't disagree with any of that. That certainly comes from the Spurs perspective, though. I mean, Harper, for example, right, he played 28 minutes last night. That's more than he played in any game in the previous series against OKC, except for, of course, the double OT for Game 1. You know, he averaged about 25 minutes against the Wolves. So, like, I agree. Like, you could dial him up a little bit more and at the expense of Fox's minutes. But I thought –
Well, no, not even at the expense of Fox's minutes. Harrison Barnes – like, he's unplayable in this series. Carter Bryant is unplayable in this series.
Well, if you're now shrinking the rotation to essentially, I guess, 8, which they basically did. I mean, Carter Bryant played 4 minutes and 26 seconds, right? Barnes playing 12 minutes, I'll concede, is too much. But I think what we are forgetting in this discussion, George, and you and I had a brief text exchange about this, but I kind of went with something I don't usually use, like a little bit more of a feeling going into Game 1 in this series than I might usually do when picking a series. And just watching the way that the Spurs, what it meant to them to beat OKC, it made me think of the Minneapolis Miracle. And the Vikings, we don't need to go into all of it, but the Vikings eventually, they get crushed the next week by the Eagles. It made me think a little bit of Miami and Dallas, and actually our great friend Geeter, who's coming up on your show, I heard. He threw this out on Lakers Talk early last week, or I guess, early this week. And there's just something about the way that the Knicks are playing together, the veteran know-how, the IQ, the savvy, and just how little they were impressed with getting out of the East. And by the way, they shouldn't have been. The East was not good. They didn't play a good defense the whole time. And I think those factors competing at the same time, Cappy, have a lot to do with why I thought the Knicks were going to win this series. And they start out a little bit rusty as they did against the Cavs, but they are getting really, really good looks, even with a team that has Wemby on the floor. That's how much this offense is sinking right now. The screen roll game that they are running, like, they are getting really nice looks. Now, they didn't hit it in the first half. Eventually, once they start going down, and then you see all those other factors come into play where, oh, that's right, the Spurs are younger than they looked against OKC, who they were desperate to beat. That was their North Star. And I think that's playing a factor so far, and I think it'll play a factor moving forward in the series.
So you say you picked the Knicks to win the series. Is that right, Mike?
I did. It was hard because I've been super pro Spurs all season, super pro Wemby all season. I picked them to beat OKC. Like, I really was feeling the Spurs in a lot of ways, but just the way that the last rounds ended, how much the Spurs had to give of themselves, Cappy, to get through that, not just the first couple of rounds, but especially against OKC. Just felt like that it's gonna be hard for them to keep that pedal completely smashed all the way to the floor against this Knicks team in the way that they play. So I think I said Knicks in 6 on Spectrum the other night with Geeter, and I'm sticking with it, buddy.
You know, I took the Knicks also, but I'm an underdog guy.
I couldn't disagree more. Like, I just feel
George
like
is all over the Spurs. Even Wendy said to him yesterday. Wendy was like, "Damn, Sedano." He's like, "You're just all over the Spurs."
I don't think this series is. I don't know. Like, I just feel like the Spurs are going to figure this out. Like, Wemby particularly is going to figure this out, and maybe he doesn't. Look. LeBron lost his first finals, right? Like, you know, Jordan lost Game 1 of his first finals, and then, well, I mean, in Jordan's case, he won 4 straight after that against the Lakers. But like, guys will lose, and that's fine. Like, if he loses, okay. It would be a better story. I'll give you this. If the Knicks won the championship and ended their 50-something-year drought. Like, trust me when I tell you I agree with that part of it. So the vibes are certainly on the Knicks' side. I just still don't believe they're the better team.
Well, that's not my position that they are the more talented team. I mean, certainly when you watch not just Wemby, who's obvious there, but Castle and Harper, like the way they're able to play on both ends of the court. I'm not making the talent argument so much. I'm making an IQ, know-how. Like, dude, Josh Hart, right? He takes 3 shots, and he has 15 rebounds and 6 assists, and is plus 22. They just have more of those types of players. OKC had Caruso. He's like the only one on their team. The Knicks have several of those kinds of players. OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, Cat, to an extent, is starting to play like that with the IQ and the know. So I think that's what they're going to do against the Spurs. I'm not saying that they have the more kind of alpha level talent that will eventually emerge, which is why I'm likening the Spurs to the 2011 Miami Heat, they're going to win. Like, it probably will be next year. It might be in 2 years, but I just think that right now the Knicks have the ability to create the kinds of shots that can punish San Antonio. They have the matchups to keep Wemby getting too close to the rim, and they can keep Harper to an extent, and certainly Castle. They can keep those guys from just getting that downhill thrust that they got against OKC because they've got better positional size. So I do think, George, I hate to disagree with the black hand, but I think this is going to be
It's okay.
this is going to be an orange and blue series. But
Disagree with the black hand because the gray hand right over here took the Knicks. But, of course, I take the Knicks because they're the underdog, and if they win, I look smart, and if they lose, everybody just thought that they were going to lose anyway. So I'm always trying to hedge my bet here. But I will tell you guys this. I was very surprised that the Knicks won last night because I just assumed that they'd been off for whatever it was, 9 or 10 days, and the Spurs were coming out of that series against Oklahoma City with all of that emotion, and they had just played 3 or 4 days ago. And I also thought that the home crowd would, give them all this energy. So I will say I picked the Knicks to win because I love the story, not just the story of the Knicks winning for the first time in 53 years, but I also love the story of perpetuating Wemby, meaning, hey, he's the best player, he's the most freakish athlete, but he had his first opportunity and he didn't get it done. Like, it makes it more interesting going into next season. So I'm all about the story, but I must tell both of you gentlemen, surprised that the Knicks actually won Game 1 last night in San Antonio.
Oh, no, I'm not. I mean, I think that their only chance to be in this series, as I told Brian yesterday, was to win Game 1.
Yeah, I was thinking more about winning one of two in San Antonio.
No, I felt like winning Game 1 was the most important game because of all that. Because I think because of the 3-day layoff, right? Because of all the stuff that 3 days opposed to 11 days or whatever the Knicks have, right? Like, they had to win Game 1 because they weren't – if they didn't win Game 1, I felt like the Spurs were going to assert their dominance and this was going to be a very short series. Now it's a longer series.
I thought about it a little bit more in the way that Cappy, which I'm shocked to say this. I'm shocked.
What do you mean? You're a smart guy. If you agree with me, you're a smart guy.
Well, it's just that so the rest versus rust thing ultimately favors the team that's rested as the series goes on.
Well, except it didn't until about midway through the third quarter.
No, but that's my point, though. Game 1 is usually the one where it doesn't. Game 1 usually favors the team that has just played more recently. We just saw this with the Knicks and the Cavs, right? The Cavs are up by 20 in the fourth quarter. Then the Knicks they kind of get their sea legs. The shots start falling, and when their shots are falling, they are a problem. And they went on to obviously to completely dominate the rest of that series with the Cavs. I don't think the same thing happens with the Spurs. The Spurs are a much better team. There's no doubt than the Cavs. But I think the fact that the Knicks won Game 1 is actually more impressive because of those factors than if they were to lose Game 1.
Right, we're kind of saying that we're saying the same thing, just different ways. They had to win Game 1 because 3 days rest is actually enough. Like, you rarely get 3 days rest in the NBA in the regular season or at any point, really, even in the playoffs. So the fact that they were coming off 3 days rest was actually ample amount of rest, which to me is why for the Knicks to win the series, they had to win Game 1 because that was going to be what I think is going to be the Spurs' best shot at kind of tilting the series in a way where it would be completely unfavorable toward the Knicks. If the Spurs won Game 1, I didn't have any confidence the Knicks would win Game 2 because I think the Spurs' confidence would grow, much like it did against Oklahoma City when they won the last 2 games. And then, I felt like they would split New York and they would probably win in 5, to be honest with you. But the Knicks winning Game 1 now makes this a 6 or 7 game series.
6-7.
Yeah, you're still approaching this as if the Spurs are the favorite, and I just don't agree. Like in the sense that they had to win Game 1. Like, I think they won Game 1 because they're just playing better right now. Like they are locked into a certain style, and they are getting excellent looks. Like, let me give you one example of this. So the game that I remember, this is so in the bubble, and the Lakers played Portland to start, right? And this is a Lakers team that had been dominant, and they missed every open shot, and Portland hit every contested shot, and they win game one. Everyone's like, "Oh, the Lakers in trouble." It's like, no. The shot quality, and this is not to go Kenny Atkinson on you. Okay, this is not to say that the expected score, although that does come into play to an extent. But I did not feel like it was fluky what was happening in game one, where like, oh, certain Knicks shots are going in that haven't been, and certain Spurs shots that have been going in that haven't been. I thought that the shot diet that both teams got favored the Knicks, and I don't think that will change moving forward in the series.
Yeah, I don't agree. I think the Spurs. I think the Spurs gave that one away.
No, come on.
I do.
You do? Oh man! Right,
I mean, your answer can't be Mike. Your answer can't be just come on. I do. I feel like they
Mike.
gave that. They gave Victor Wembanyama will not play a worse game in this series. How about that?
Well, so Wemby, I think from a shooting standpoint,
and I think Jalen Brunson will have similar nights to what he had last night from an efficiency standpoint, because that's what the Spurs have done to every lead guard they've played thus far. Hello?
No, just let him. Let's see
Did
what's going on.
he
here.
back down? Did he put Drew down into a corner?
No, something
I'm
happened.
here.
I think someone came in the room.
Something happened here. Let's see what happened.
Yeah, you were talking to Annie there for a second because she just pulled in my car.
Hi, Annie.
So my phone
This is amazing.
My
Hi,
phone
Annie.
transferred.
Hi, Annie. I said
dropping off the boys from school. So
I said.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Wait, so you're in the garage. You're in the garage.
I'm in the garage because I get good reception here. Annie just dropped the twins off, so she comes home and the phone auto connects away from the call auto connects from my phone. So Annie was probably like, "Oh, hey, did she say hi?"
No, she did not say hi. But maybe
okay.
she would shut Sedano down. You know what Annie might say to Sedano? She might say, "No, Sedano, you're too close to the Spurs. You were around the Western Conference
What do you mean
Finals.
too close to the Spurs? I've had the Knicks as many times as anyone this year.
Yeah, but you just saw the Western Conference Finals, and you're caught up in the Spurs. And here's the thing about the Knicks.
Let me just finish my thought from Mike to here.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
That's the worst game Victor will play in the series, and I think what we saw from Jalen Brunson yesterday will be maybe not every game, but will be more prevalent, because that's what the Spurs have done to pretty much every lead guard they've faced in the playoffs.
Okay, and those, I think those are good basketball points. So Wemby was 6 for 21. I agree that he's probably not going to shoot that poorly, but I like the way the Knicks defended him, and I think that they have multiple options. Cat did a pretty good job on him. Anunoby, when he switched over, they can get away with some Josh Hart minutes. He will shoot better, but he still had 26, 12, and 3 blocks. Right. The Knicks, George, to kind of counter that, Josh Hart was 1 for 5, 0 for 3 from 3. We know that he always has like at least 2 games in the series kind of in the Caruso vein where he'll start hitting them. Anunoby was 5 for 12. Bridges, 3 for 6. Brunson was 12 for 31. They shot 41% from the field and still won. They shot 30% from 3, and they turned the ball over. Actually, the turnovers is where they excelled, and this is part of the veteran know-how. They only had 8 turnovers to 13 for the Spurs. So if that goes a little bit more in the Spurs' direction, but it kind of speaks to my point. Like they are pretty dialed right now, and that's why I pushed back at the kind of the notion that the Spurs are the ones that sort of blew game one. I thought the Knicks could play much better than they did, and they still managed to win on the road. Yeah. I think that tells us something.
I will tell you guys this.
I think the Spurs shooting 36% is an outlier. And Victor Wembanyama, here's the number that I addressed earlier, that he was playing so far away from the basket. Average distance attempt of 17 feet, 17.3 feet, second furthest away from the basket in any game this postseason.
Mm-hmm.
He is not
giving
going
the
to
Knicks credit for that, or are we saying that it's
no?
The Spurs'
I think
fault?
that was a Spurs that was the Spurs just playing completely. I don't know what they were thinking.
Well, this was the same complaint that Reggie Miller had in the previous round. That too often Wemby is not in the.
Well, that was Game 5 where
Right.
he had his worst game of the series.
Yeah, he was 0 for 5
and then what
from
happened?
three-point range.
And then the next, and most of those other games, he was a lot closer.
And then he went in,
including
right? So
Game 6 and 7, 6,
and
7.
that's what we have. And that's what we have to be watching out for now in Game 2. Does Wemby get closer to the basket?
Yeah.
What do we want to do? We're
And
holding Trudell, or
is Cat going to be allowed to hook him every time?
Trudell, we holding you?
Well,
what are we doing?
I'll let you go. The last point I'll make is that I just think, and George, you cited this yourself, right? This was as rested as the Spurs are going to be relatively since they had the extra day off coming into this. I think Wemby will continue to wear down some, and I think that the Spurs in general, like their shooting percentage, it will get better in some games, but I think the way the Knicks play is going to wear them out continuously, and that's why I thought the Knicks would ultimately win the series.
Knicks are going to win this thing, man. Knicks are going to win it.
Yeah, I think that.
We'll see. Maybe they will, but I don't believe so.
Trudell, last thing before we let you go. After Trudell and I had our little lazy dog moment, we recorded some stuff he needed to record.
Yeah.
I walk into the studio, and him and Beto are sitting on one side. And Trudell looks at me, and he goes, hey, can you help me with this fidelity thing? I go, what? And he goes, I said, I'm not the HR guy, dude. Like, Trudell's asking me about his 401k from 10 years ago. I'm like, I don't know.
Trudell,
Yeah,
we're the wrong guys to be asking.
About that question.
What?
Yeah. I said Chris was not excited about me asking him.
No, we're the wrong guys to ask about that.
My
Like,
fidelity account, great, dude.
Right. I mean,
Guess who got the question, Cappy? Right after.
Well,
that's what your job is.
You're the guy.
Right.
You're the guy who has the answer. Hey,
and
Mike,
I gave him answers.
Mike, if you said to me, hey, Cap, can you help me out by figuring out how to make reservations at Disney? I'd be like, no, I can't, because I have to go to Lindsay to get her to help me. So don't have fidelity.
I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have. It just was like, because Beto and I were going back and forth on it, and then Morales walked in. The second that I said it, in the way that he looked at me, I was like, oh, damn it.
You knew you were in trouble.
Mike Trudell, the great Mike Trudell. Ball Knower Extreme Lakers sideline reporter, part of our ESPN LA family. Take the rest of the day off, Trudell.
Yeah, you're
All right,
done.
guys. See you later.
See you, Michael.
Say hi to
Bye,
Ann.
Annie.
Hi, Cappy. I guess Geeter's going to join us after his haircut. I don't know what's going on. But that's coming up. But first, let's talk about that emergency medical kit.
Now,
Here we
do you
go.
think Geeter goes to a salon or a barber shop?
Salon.
No question.
I'm going barber.
Salon.
I'm going barber.
We'll ask.
All right, we'll find
Probably
out.
also gets all kinds of things waxed.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting your ears and your nostrils waxed.
I used to get my eyebrows waxed and my back.
Remember when Cappy used to always drop Vaxxed and Waxed?
Yeah.
Like that was
Yeah,
like that was
Vaxxed
like
and
his
Waxed
thing.
was a great comment back in the COVID days. Vaxxed and Waxed was really good. It was really good. It's mine, by the way.
That was like
wrote it.
he hadn't talked basketball in probably like 25 years. And
Yeah, right.
And all he had was Vaxxed and
Yeah,
Waxed.
since when the Heat lost to the Bulls in like 1997, I was done. That was it. I think once Shaq left the Lakers and went to Miami, that was the end of it for me. Hey, look, let me tell everybody about the medical emergency kit. Now, my man Sedano here yesterday found out that he said when swallowing, it felt like he had razor blades in his throat.
Now it turned out that I did not have what you thought I had. It turned out I had
Pharyngitis.
Pharyngitis, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What did you have?
I had pharyngitis.
Well, that's what I thought you had.
Yeah, but you were offering me I'm sure the wellness company actually has someone you can call and get
Yes, they
guidance
do.
from.
Right,
Because
right.
your guidance was not accurate.
No, here's what happened.
Paging Dr. Battaglia.
I told you that when I looked in the guidebook that when it came to pharyngitis, what you had in your throat, that the medicine that they recommend, which is in the medical emergency kit, is the Z-Pack. But what you said was you had recently taken a Z-Pack. So you don't want to take a Z-Pack back-to-back.
Right, correct.
Because it loses its impact. But what you did is you have an emergency on your hands, and that's why you got the prednisone. But in reality, when I went into the medical emergency guidebook and I found what your symptoms were, they said it's probably pharyngitis, and you should be taking the Z-Pack. Listen, if you're like George and you're on the road a lot, or if you're taking a family vacation this summer, you should take the medical emergency kit with you, because if you get a cold or a sore throat or an ear infection, or you're peeing and it burns like a mofo, I'm telling you right now that the medication is in this pack right here, and you take it immediately and you start getting better. And George, to your point, it's a great point. If you have questions, there is a telemedicine doctor on standby, so you can talk to somebody. So here's what you do. You're getting ready for the summer. You're getting ready to go out on a family trip. You take your medical emergency kit with you, and how do you get it? You go to urgentcarekit.com/710, urgentcarekit.com/710. Use our promo code 710. You save $45. Every family, every household needs this, the medical emergency kit.
Thank you, Cappy. 8:31 on a Thursday. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We're going to get Geeters fresh out of the salon. Next, hopefully, right here. We're back in 3 minutes from right now.
ESPN LA may sound sound one way on AM.
But you know where it sounds best?
You guessed it, crystal clear digital audio.
Crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA wherever you get your apps.
And you can always watch LA's mega sports station live or on demand on our YouTube channel at ESPN Los Angeles.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
It's Bethel Duran, and you know how much I love my Toyota. And right now, the deals are sizzling at Northridge and Wondries Toyota. Get a brand new 2026 Camry for just $389 a month for 36 months, $4,999 due at signing, or finance for just 4.99% APR for 60 months. What about a brand new Tacoma? I'm thinking of doing this. You can lease for just $279 a month for 36 months, $4,999 due at signing, or you can finance for just 2.99% APR for 48 months. In the 818, go see NorthridgeToyota.com. In the 626, WondriesToyota.com.
All right, guys, real talk. Are you a crust lover or one of those crust leavers? Because I got to tell you, Pizza Hut's new crispy parm pan pizza is next level. It's the original pan crust you already love, but now they've baked Parmesan cheese right onto the edge. I'm talking crispy, golden, cheesy crunch with that soft, fluffy inside. Grab a medium, one-topping crispy parm pan for just $11.99 or go large for $3 more. Order now at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Limited time offer. Additional charges for extra cheese, toppings, and recipes. Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code ADVANCE to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code ADVANCE to borrow up to $10,000. Use code ADVANCE to borrow up to $10,000.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. You're starting your day with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA. Don't forget my show. The Rich Eisen Show is coming up this morning at 9 on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Now, back to the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Oh, yeah.
8:35. Good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a Thursday. Happy birthday to Mr. Albie Shore. He turns 58 years old. I worked with Albie Shore about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Hot 92.3. What a guy. What a great guy. And then he was very ill for a while. Then he popped up in the Diddy doc on Netflix, remember?
Oh, no. Yeah. What a great song, too.
Oh,
man.
yeah. Oh, makes you want to stand up, Cappy.
Yeah. Get it. Hey, George, you missed Genuine yesterday.
Well, he didn't come on.
Yeah, we all missed him.
But you know what we did? We played back, like, my highlights of the pony, and we were all like, man, I was a real fat you-know-what.
Oh, my God.
I was a
I look
monster.
back at those videos. What a slump. Seriously, I love you to death, and, man, I love you skinnier.
I just don't know why none of you said, like, man, you look like a hippopotamus.
Well, I mean, there was that one time that I mounted you in the studio, and I was like 4 feet off the ground because I was on top of you, and you were so big. Freaking animal.
I was big, man.
Yeah.
8:35. Geeter is fresh from the haircut. He's going to join us in a moment. But first, 6-7, why don't we talk about, because we got some reads to do, why don't we talk about our friend Jacob and Ronnie, guys?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Listen, I think that with Jacob, obviously he's always looking out for your best interest. I don't think there's any question about that. He's an Angelino at heart, and he loves this town. He loves the surrounding areas, and that includes Garden Grove.
Yep.
And attention Garden Grove and the surrounding area residents. The GKN Aerospace Hazardous Materials incident may be over from an evacuation standpoint, Cap, but for many families, the disruption is still very real.
Yeah, so you guys, everybody remembers the story from just about a week and change ago, the overheated tank that forced evacuations across parts of Orange County. As you recall, 50,000 people were evacuated. So, here are all these residents. They don't know what it's going to cost. They miss work. They certainly have health concerns. And there are a lot of unanswered questions. So if you were forced to leave your home, if you had to pay for temporary lodging, if you lost wages, if you threw away spoiled food, or you have any symptoms, headaches, breathing problems, eye irritation, you document it all. And, George, you call Jacob Immedialante.
Yep. Immedialante is not a word. But you can call them at 800-345-6789. Keep receipts, photos, medical records, work records, notices, and messages. The details matter, and you should not have to carry the burden alone. Call Jacob today for a free consultation. Call him at 800-345-6789. That's 800-345-6789.
Wait, Immedialante is not really a word?
Nope.
Hey, we'll get to Geeter in a moment. Let's talk about Cadillac. But no, I'm just kidding. We'll do Cadillac. He joins us now. He's on the line, fresh from the haircut. You see him on Spectrum Sportsnet. We are proud that Chris Geeter McGee, is now part of the ESPN LA family. He hosted Lakers Talk the other night with Michael Trudell. Geeter, good morning.
Hi, guys. Did you call Morales a slob?
Oh, I was such a fat slob.
Oh, my God. I mean,
like these old videos of me dancing around. Oh, my God.
You don't understand, dude. Yesterday, he told me he was like a wildebeest. I told him, no, man, like a hippopotamus. Like, he was so big and fat, and none of us really realized it, I don't think.
And I'm still a curvaceous guy now, but, I mean, then, oh, my God.
I don't see it.
I don't know how anybody stand or put up with seeing me naked back then.
I mean, Geeter, do you understand that when Chris and I took a picture together, we looked like the number 10? You understand what I'm saying?
Now, see, now you're just trying to make yourself feel good, Cappy. That's not like that.
Yeah, I'm also a slob.
All right, Geeter, here's the big question today. We didn't put up a poll, but we should have. Does Geeter go to a barber or a salon to do his hair?
Ooh,
I said salon. I said
barbershop.
Yeah, salon days are over. Barbershop when I was 12. But now, the guy who cuts my hair, Nick, he started working out of it. He converted his garage into like a cool little salon-esque type place. Got a little couch, got a little beautiful lighting, and he cuts out of there. It's just like 10 blocks away from my house.
Okay, well, let me ask you.
Roll over there.
But would he be a barber or a stylist?
No, it's not Silence of the Lambs type of guy. He's a normal guy. I would say he worked out a salon for a long time.
Okay,
so
there we go.
Type guy.
There we go.
So you would say like
salon
adjacent. Yes. Yes.
Salon type of guy with a barbershop feel. How about that?
Right. But wait, I have a question. Number one, I have two questions. One, is there a red, white, and blue spinny thing outside of his garage or even inside of his garage that indicates barbershop? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. All right. So that's
also not a barbershop if it
hurts.
doesn't have a spinny thing.
Right.
He's right.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the second question is this.
Point.
The second question is, because this guy has moved this all into his home, how much do you pay for a haircut inside a guy's garage?
Jesus.
I want the real answer.
You want the real answer?
Yep.
Am I going to get judged on this show? With your
Nope.
no
judge.
I'm going to get judged anyway.
Cappy's just cheap.
old,
That's all.
No judge.
Yeah, Cappy's cheap. Cappy would
$60
knock Cappy
$60.
would knock the guy, Geet, because he's doing it in a garage and not in like a brick and
No.
mortar.
But what I would expect it to be just a little bit less because it's in his garage. How much, Geet?
Yeah, you guys both have great lids, so I'm sure you get a lot of haircuts. $60.
60?
Yeah.
That's all in after the tip?
Yeah.
That's good.
That's good.
Oh, with
deal.
the tip.
Yep.
With the tip. Okay.
Yeah, that's
all right.
good.
All right.
That's
So you
what
gave him
I
the
pay
tip.
at a barber. I pay that at a barber.
All right. That's okay. Not bad. He's not gouging
bad,
you,
right?
and he's not giving you like this crazy discount that it's in my house. But that's pretty good, I guess.
Now, Cappy, there's a little thing called a cut and color, a little CNC, which I do not do, as you know, with the grays on the side. But there was a day where I would do a little CNC until I did my froze and let it go. You know, Anna, Elsa, and I finally just said, let the grays live. And that was a lot more expensive, buddy. That was a lot more expensive.
Well, and I'll just have you know this. I have a haircut appointment today Chris and Bergman earlier today told me that I look like the Lego Man, where I've got the jet black dyed hair, and I haven't even dyed my hair. I mean, it's all gray and gross, but I think I may get a little bit colored today.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care.
You know, I embrace the pace. I just at some point about a year and a half ago just said, let it go, bud. And who cares? And you know what? It's strange that people notice and will say, hey, I like your hair. I'm like, oh, so you didn't like it before? Weird, very weird.
I know. I wind up getting it jet black. I wind up looking like Gene Simmons. You know how he's got that like force field thing, afro he got going on? I'm going to get it jet black. And
I got to tell you guys something. I got to tell you something. Gene Simmons, this is a true story. Back when I'm teaching PE at Wildwood School, okay, in the early 2000s, his son Nick was in my class. Day one, breaks his arm, and I saved this message forever at my desk at work. But Gene Simmons called and was like, hello, Chris, this is Gene Simmons from KISS. My son Nick broke his arm. I wanted to give you an update. It was unbelievable. He didn't say the from KISS part, but remember he used to always call himself Gene Simmons from KISS. But he did call, and I left it on my line forever.
Did he mean KISS the band or KISS the indoor football team back then? Remember when they used to have an indoor football team? They played in Anaheim.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a pull.
Oh,
What a
yeah.
pull.
That's a pretty deep pull.
That's a very deep
By the
pull.
way, does Nick, your hairstylist, massage your shoulders afterwards or no?
No.
Okay.
No,
I'll just
there's
ask
no
you.
calf massage. There's no shoulder massage.
What about, does Nick give you the hot towel treatment?
No, don't know. You know, that's the barber feel that I wish we had. Maybe I'll talk to Nick about that.
No, you need to go
But,
see RC.
Nothing like a pedicure, getting a calf massage with a pedicure, though. That, to me, is really living.
Yeah, I know. It's good. I always try and get a discount on a pedicure because I only have 8 toenails. So I'm like, well, the price is for 10. I only have 8. Why don't you just give me a discount, 20%? They never go for it. Never.
All right, Geeter. Cappy is going to keep talking about this, and Sedano's resting his voice.
Let me ask you a question. We've talked a lot about the NBA Finals, but let me ask you this. You've been in a lot of games, right? You've also covered a lot of games, whether it was in studio or there. Have you ever been at a game where the guy ran on the court?
Shoot, you cut out. What did you say?
I said, have you ever been at a game where a guy ran on the court?
That was ridiculous.
No, it was awesome.
No, I've never seen it. Was it awesome?
Yeah, it was. Let me tell you why.
I mean,
though.
it wasn't awesome.
But let me just tell you why it was awesome.
Yeah, I wanted him to get pummeled.
Okay. Yeah, hear me out for 1 second. When a guy runs on a football field on a network broadcast, they never show it to you. And the reason that they don't show it to you is because they don't want copycats to say, well, if he did it, I can do it. What this kid did last night running onto the court, what ABC did so perfectly, brilliantly for me, the home viewer, is I saw it. Because actually, believe it or not, George texted it to us before we saw it on television. So I assumed we would never see it. Not only did we see it on TV, you know what ABC did so perfectly last night, George? They gave you a replay. So instead of saying, we can't show it, this is the way it works in network TV, we don't want copycats, we're never going to show, they actually showed a replay of it. And the kid videotaped the entire thing. It's all over Twitter, where he's on the floor and he's trying to get Victor to take a selfie with him. I do worry that other people will try and do that, and that's not good. But the way ABC allowed us, the viewer, to see it, television perfection. Way to go, guys.
I got to tell you, that is a great point that I had not thought of, because you're right. In football, the guy gets absolutely laid out, but you usually don't see it until social media pops up with someone's phone camera. But we did get a replay. We got facial expressions from everybody. I kind of wish he would have gotten just absolutely leveled and driven to the floor. It would have been awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. That was weird, I thought. I'd never seen that in an NBA game. And is that kid getting paid? Was he an influencer? Did we figure that part out?
I don't know.
George,
know what
have
the
you
deal
ever
is.
seen that?
Yeah, it's not the first time I've seen it.
The first time I've ever seen it. No, but at an NBA
George
game.
Was too busy. George was too busy fist bumping Spike Lee.
Yes, he was.
You know who I did see, too, from a distance, but I didn't get a chance to say hello? Your boy, Big Game James, and
really?
Robert Horry. They were both in the house.
Oh, man. You know, they both made a little news yesterday for some of their comments. You know, they went on road tripping with Allie and Richard Jefferson and Channing and those guys, and they were in town, it looked like, and doing stuff with the NBA, which is super cool. And, Rob said, let's let Wemby grow up before we appoint him the greatest ever. And then, Big Game talked about the Showtime team. Would they be able to hang in this day and age? And it was those guys are freaking awesome, man. I love them. It was cool that I love that about the NBA that they always kind of bring those old school guys around. And I'd say those guys are beloved. I mean, Rob and James get to do a lot of stuff with the NBA because I think people like them.
Yeah.
And they like talking to people. They don't, not those guys that don't want to take pictures or any of that. They'll strike up conversation. So they're awesome to have.
Yeah.
I saw them from a distance. I didn't get a chance to say hello. But what I did see also from a distance was Big Game James talking to Caleb Wilson, the kid who's coming out of North Carolina, who's going to be a top 4 pick in the NBA. Caleb was, at the NBA Finals, I don't know if you've seen this on social media over the years, they have like a rookie, like a kid who's coming into the draft, be like a correspondent. And he gets to kind of be like, he interviews the players, he'll interview some celebrities, he'll interview some guys, some old school guys like Big Game. And so it's funny, they brought him to me. The NBA people brought him to me. They're like, hey, here's George Sedano, give him some tips. So I gave him some tips on camera, and I asked him after the game, I said, how'd it go? He said, it went great. He goes, you helped me a lot. And I was like, thank you. And I saw him. I said, I saw you talk to Big Game James over there. He's like, yeah, man, North Carolina legend. Got to talk North Carolina basketball. So, I mean, this kid was super into the whole thing. He loved talking to Big Game. So when you see Big Game, I'm sure that the kid was very reverential towards him. But make sure you tell him that the kid brought it up to me afterwards, that he was like one of the highlights of his night was talking to James Worthy.
I love hearing that. I will definitely share it. And what's super cool about, I think, Big Game, and Rob was Alabama, right? So he's all Roll Tide. But, I mean, James, and you guys will understand this, when we're watching, there's those, whether it's March Madness or a rare Saturday, we have a game same time as North Carolina. That guy is dialed in on Carolina. I mean, he, lives and breathes Carolina hoops, still cares, still knows who all the players are, goes back every summer with Johnny I. They play some golf. And Rob's the same way with Alabama. I mean, they keep close tabs, and they have so much pride when it comes to that. So that's cool to hear that the younger generation, I mean, listen, he's a legend. I mean, it's MJ and then Big Game when you think of Carolina.
The great Geeter. No, Chris Geeter McGee from Spectrum Sports. Hey, Geeter, we love you.
Yeah,
thanks for popping
haircut.
on.
Nice haircut today. Good haircut. Solid.
Hey, just getting a little trim.
Yeah, $60. $60, man.
$8.49.
$60 a good deal.
Yeah, it's a good deal. $8.49 on a Thursday. Don't be cheap, Cappy.
Hey, you're a cheapo skivoso.
You are. Yeah.
Esquivoso.
It's a Cosm Ticket Thursday. Caller number 7 right now at 877-710-ESPN wins a 4-pack of GA tickets to watch Knicks Spurs Game 2 of the NBA Finals at Cosm on Friday, June 5th. Need something to do tomorrow night? Go to Cosm, sucker. Caller number 7, 877-710-ESPN. Experience every possession, every momentum swing, and every championship moment on Cosm's massive immersive displays. For more info and tickets, visit Cosm.com. Only with ESPN LA right now. Sedano, let's talk about your friends at Cadillac of Beverly Hills.
Yeah, man, we've teamed up with the finest dealership in America, Cadillac of Beverly Hills. We know Cadillac, but when was the last time you've driven one? We know Jaden Kaplan wants to get into a Cadillac at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. But Uncle George has definitely driven a ton of them thanks to our friends at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. My favorite, of course, the Lyric, man. They start at around $400 if you want to lease one. It's unbelievable. My favorite EV of all the Cadillac EVs, and I've driven them all, man. The new lineup of Cadillac EVs, sedans, and SUVs absolutely define luxury at the top of its game, and you can find them all at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Why wouldn't you want to have an American luxury vehicle? And they drive like you're on a cloud. The technology is second to none. So go in and say hello to the incredible team at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Say hello to Dan and Grant. Check out their beautiful showroom at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills, or you can check them out on the web at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Thank you, Sedano. We take a 90-second timeout. Then we're back here on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Rams fans, D-Far here. The Rams are making history in 2026, heading to Melbourne, Australia to face the Niners. You can be there. I've teamed up with True Fan Travel to hook you up with the ultimate fan experience. Game tickets, hotels, exclusive events, even a chance to meet me all in one package. This isn't just a trip, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Spots are limited. Don't wait. Visit TrueFanTravel.com right now and secure your spot. That's TrueFanTravel.com. See you there.
Hey, sports fans, it's Sua Cravens, and I want to tell you about my newest and favorite place, Wild Fork Foods Meat and Seafood Market. I have 11 locations from LA to OC to Encinitas to choose from and to shop. And they have the largest selection of everyday proteins, sides, over 400 types of grinds, and of course, a large selection of exotic meats and seafood. The largest variety in one meat and seafood market. Amazing prices and products from all over the world. Find your local SoCal store at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, quality meat, wild prices.
This is John Ireland. Here in LA, we got tired of wondering what was in our tap water. So we installed a Life Source whole house water system. One system, better tasting water from every tap. No harsh chlorine taste, no salt, no hassle. Life Source is an essential home appliance. Call the Life Source Water California factory at 800-WATER-99 or visit lifesourcewater.com. For limited time, factory direct pricing and free installation. Life Source Water. Taste and feel the difference.
Warranty limitations apply.
I get out of the shower, I do a happy dance, and then I suck on the tap.
It's time for the Wild Fork Foods Yacht Rock Song of the Morning.
It's time for the Wild Fork Foods Yacht Rock Song of the Morning on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Wild Fork, your neighborhood meat and seafood market.
Now, he's put on his captain's hat.
I am the captain. This is the captain's table. The captain sits at the captain's table.
Captain Condiment has the Yacht Rock all queued up.
Oh, 8:53, Good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a Thursday. Definitely a little yacht rock. Jackson Brown, she's got to be somebody's baby, right?
What movie comes to mind when you hear this song?
Actually, a person comes to my mind, but not a song.
Okay.
So what's the movie? Or not a movie, what's the movie?
The movie is Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah.
Remember when Ron Johnson, the stereo salesman, is going to go pick up, what was her name in the movie? I don't know, but she has to sneak out of her window, and then they do it in the baseball dugout at the park.
Stacey Hamilton?
Cappy, you a freak, man.
Yeah. What was her name in real life, Berg? You know?
Jennifer
Actress?
Jason Leigh?
That's what I thought. Yeah, I just wasn't positive. Yeah, Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Not to be confused with Rachel Lee Cook.
No, not to be confused. Definitely
Different
not.
people, yeah. They just have three names.
This hour of the Sedano and Kap Morning Show, the 8 a.m. hour, brought to you by Angelica's Insurance. Every team needs a strong defense, and Angelica's Insurance has got you covered. From auto and home to business and life, they build a plan just for you, even DUI and SR22 coverage to get you back on the road fast. Visit angelicas-ins.com for a free quote today. All right, Cappy, we've got the 9 o'clock digital hour coming up, the Rich Eisen Show terrestrially. I'm sure he'll have a lot to say about Game 1 of the NBA Finals and the Knicks. But let's talk about your friends, our new partner at Cardiff.
All right, I'd love to do it. Hey, listen, you're driving around right now, and you have a small business, and your small business desperately needs money. For what? It could be to make the business bigger, to scale the business. It could be because you've got payroll coming up, and you're, like, losing sleep at night, like, how am I going to pay everybody? I got mouths to feed. I got employees. It may be that you need a giant piece of equipment, and you just don't have the cash. Well, at Cardiff, for the past 20 years, they have literally they've lent billions of dollars to small business operators all around the country. Fast approval, same-day deposit, no impact on your personal credit, transparent terms. Here's how you get the loan. If you've been in business for a year, if you have $20,000 a month in revenue, you may be eligible. And by the way, it'll take you less than 5 minutes, and you'll have $500,000 potentially in your bank account today. Cardiff, Cardiff, Cardiff.co/ESPNLA, Cardiff.co/ESPNLA. Good luck, small business owners. Get that money today from Cardiff.
Wow, I didn't think you'd make it.
Yeah.
The digital hour's up next. Dr. Robert Clapper will join us, all part of the Morning Wood, thanks to Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, wow, 866-624, or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. It's a Thursday morning, sucker, with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. It's a fruity candy flavor explosion, and I mean explosion. Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots, a zero-sugar treat that's sweet tooth approved. These can take care of my candy cravings and provides a tasty caffeine kick without all the sugar. Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. Get candy-flavored chaos with Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. Available online at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hyundai gives you America's best warranty on every new vehicle. It includes a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty, plus 24/7 roadside assistance. That's peace of mind from Hyundai. And these days, that's priceless.
Now, get up to $3,500 customer cash on the Hyundai Santa Fe or Santa Fe Hybrid. Visit your local Hyundai dealer. Offers end July 6th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
I took Mom to catch a ball game. Is it time to pick her up yet? Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Don't pay high prices for gas. Morongo's Travel Center has the lowest price gas around.
Number 2.
Happy Hour at Mosen. Half-price drinks, Monday through Thursday, 2 to 5 p.m., Friday, noon to 5 p.m.
And the number 1 reason.
Get ready to rock with the best tribute bands in SoCal. Every Thursday at Oasis Pool.
Morongo, good times.
Time to bench those other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build a winning team. With ZipRecruiter, when you need the hire, you get the right fit for any role fast. That's because ZipRecruiter's smart matching technology starts showing your job to qualified candidates immediately. You can also apply filters and add screening questions to your job post to help you save time in scouting first-rate talent. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can instantly unlock contact info from a roster of top candidates. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have trusted ZipRecruiter to hire, and check this out. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the number 1 rated hiring site in the game based on G2. So, if you need to score the best, go with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a time out to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
In sports, the tape never tells the whole story. Hiring is no different. AI can make candidates look like an MVP on paper, so knowing the person and the skills behind the resume matters. That's where Robert Half changes the game. Our recruiters combine their expertise with award-winning AI to evaluate skills and fit quickly. Learn how we can find you specialized talent in finance, accounting, technology, and more. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Previously on the Sedano and Kap morning show.
The Knicks fans who made their way to South Texas will celebrate. We had a prize fight of a game 1. Back and forth we went. The Knicks land the first haymaker and take game 1. Knicks 105, Spurs 95 to go up 1-0.
The Sedano and Kap morning show is on the air.
Kap, this thing was like a prize fight. You guys trailed by as many as 14 in the second half. How did you pull it out?
I mean, we played defense. We found a way. A little reminiscent of game 1 in Cleveland. Our offense wasn't working, but the difference between the Cleveland game 1 and this game 1, our defense showed up.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
A little sabor?
Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the güero on the radio.
Giant Mexican, horn section.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Give me a freaking break. I'm reacting to Art Bell.
Yeah.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to woo-woo?
Bit Boy.
Right now.
Monstrous. But I don't want to eat that. We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time. Right, that's right. Of course we were.
So, Mongrels, stay tuned.
Hey, Beto, where you been, homeboy? 9:01, 50 seconds. Good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. On this Thursday, the 4th of June, the digital hour is on. Cappy, do it. Knicks win game 1 of the NBA Finals. You heard it there. The final call, courtesy of ESPN Radio. Sedano Shat. After the game with Karl Anthony Towns as the Knicks, the men from Mecca, shocked the Spurs in San Antonio at the Alamo. Dr. Robert Clapper will join us for his weekly visit in just a few minutes here on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. By the way, at this time tomorrow, we'll be splashing around at SeaWorld San Diego.
Oh, yeah. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow morning. I think it's going to be great. We've had a lot of listeners hit me up and ask, hey, can we come watch the broadcast? And I said, I think if you have a ticket to get into SeaWorld, you can come hang out. I don't actually know what time SeaWorld opens.
I don't think SeaWorld opens till 10.
Yeah, I don't know what time SeaWorld actually really opens.
I don't think they open till 10.
I wouldn't think so either.
I don't think they open till 10.
I mean, you got to feed the fish.
I don't think they open till 10.
You don't think so?
What time do they open, Cap?
10 a.m.
You think?
Yeah.
You think 10 a.m. is when they open?
So probably telling people to come on down wasn't really nice.
Hey, listen, I was just trying to be friendly.
But if you buy a ticket, I guarantee you we'll still be there walking around at 10 a.m. Because we just booked our train back. Bergie, Stephanie, and I we're going to be like the Three's Company on the train back. Our train is until 1:10 p.m. Out of Old Town San Diego. San Diego, hello.
Nice.
San Diego.
You know, you should ask Hacksaw to come on down to SeaWorld.
You know, I was going to ask you guys.
We'll throw his rug in the ocean.
Yeah.
See if a shark wants to eat his rug.
I was going to ask you guys if you wanted any sort of local dignitaries, if you will, to add to the spice of the whole thing.
Who can you get?
Well, I mean, you mentioned the Saw. Saw will come for sure.
No, would Hacksaw come for sure?
First of all, he'll be wearing some short shorts, tube socks that go up to his knees, okay? Some old school Wally Waffle Nikes, all right? I'm talking
if you can get me Hacksaw, I'll book Sliwa.
Also a good dignitary to have, Slee. You know, you show up in Slee's town, give him a shot.
I'm not afraid.
I don't know if you guys wanted the mayor on,
The mayor of San Diego?
Yeah, I didn't know.
I mean,
What
sure.
about the mayor of Poway?
He also is available. Also available should you decide.
See, that was a total inside joke.
Very inside.
But we got it.
Yeah.
We got it. We did indeed. Hey, before Dr. Clapper comes up, and something that we'll never talk about, especially George, if you have to take off to go do like player interviews and stuff, can I just ask you guys a quick question?
Go ahead.
Remember when Tom Brady got the job at Fox, and people had immediate opinions? Would Tom Brady be good on TV? Would he not be good on TV?
I mean, he's not as good as Greg Olson.
Much better. Greg Olson.
I mean, it's just listen, Tom Brady is already very, very good on TV, and Tom Brady's going to be even better. He's going to be even better.
I
on
would
TV.
debate very, very good.
Okay,
I wouldn't even say one very.
Oh, really?
I wouldn't even know if I could actually say he's good. He's better than he was. Year one was not good at all, and I would say year two was okay.
Why are you going very, very good?
I think Tom Brady has become really, really good on TV.
He's fine,
and I think that it's just an easy thing to knock the guy. But
is there a difference?
No. The easy thing is actually to do what you're doing in this scenario is just glaze the guy.
No. I will glaze him because I glaze Tom Brady. That is an automatic. There is no doubt about it. But here's really why I brought it up.
If you have an objective eye and ear, he is not. I would not say he's good yet. Doesn't mean he can't become good. By the way, he wasn't a good quarterback when he started playing quarterback in the National Football League, and he became the greatest. Now, do I think he's become the greatest broadcaster? Probably not. He's got some things that I don't think are workable to make him that, but I think he can be good. Sure, no question.
Okay, going to strong disagree, but that's not why I brought it up. Here's why I brought it up.
Why'd you bring it up?
Because let me get everybody's opinion on this. Russell
You know who
Wilson,
makes him? You know who made him better?
preamble.
By the way,
Who?
real
Who?
quick. You know who made him a lot better this
Tom
year?
Burkhart?
Because it was Kevin Burkhart.
Not him.
Who's Tom Burkhart?
Is he the guy
I
from
don't know who
Tom
Tom
Bergeron?
Burkhart is.
Tom Bergeron.
Yeah, Kevin Burkhart to
Yeah,
me,
Kevin Burkhart.
and I
He's
don't know
great.
him at all. I don't know him at all.
I know him just a
okay?
little bit. He's a good dude.
But everything you hear is that he is a phenomenal human being,
Yep, he's a
okay?
good
And he
dude.
is a great teammate. And he's the guy that helped Brady go from, wow, that's a disaster, to, oh, okay, that's pretty good.
Well, here's why I bring it all up.
So I think if
Yesterday-
he gets better, it'll be because of Burkhart.
yesterday, the New York, I guess you'd call them the New York Giants. Of course, everybody I think remembers him as the Seattle Seahawks quarterback. But Russell Wilson retired, and Russell Wilson signed with CBS. Let me ask you guys this: you think Russell Wilson's going to be a good TV analyst?
No.
I would say this to anybody who's doing this, and this was Brady's problem year one. One of the many problems, actually. But I would say don't try to be like super polished guy. Just be yourself. And whatever that is. Now, I think the problem is people will say, well, I don't know if we know what Russell Wilson is when he's trying to be himself. Is he the corny guy?
Yeah,
is that
right.
an act? Right? Like, so I think that whatever himself is, he needs to be genuine to that.
Yeah. So I by the way, that was my exact advice to Drew Brees. I said, Drew, you can't be anything other than yourself. Just go out and be you, and people will like you. But if Russell Wilson goes out and bees him,
Well,
does that sound right?
Drew Brees did not have a great run at it either.
No,
to be
he
honest.
did not.
He's not very good either.
No, but I think he was super.
So did he
uptight.
listen to your advice, or did he not listen to your advice?
I would say that in round two, when Drew Brees came back last year, when he took over for Mark Sanchez, I gave him the exact same advice. Bro, just be yourself. With Russell Wilson is so corny. And I used to love Russell Wilson. There were years, George, I
remember you were like super Russell Wilson guy, and we kind of introduced you to his corniness.
But I would probably do 2 Seahawks games a year when I was working for Westwood One and CBS. And I would get up there 2 to 3 times a year, and he was always good to me. He always did post-game interviews. We always talked before games.
Sure.
I liked Russell Wilson. And then when he got fired by Subway, do you remember they did a sandwich called the Danger Witch? Does anybody remember this?
Yeah, that was so dumb.
It was so corny. It was so corny that Subway literally canceled the entire campaign because they were getting annihilated. And then he went to Denver. He got paid all that money. He kind of had this like Barry Bonds
wanted an
kind of
office.
attitude. Yeah, right. And so people started to then not like Russell Wilson anymore. And then you had a guy like Richard Sherman who was like, oh, man, this guy was just a spy in our locker room, blah, blah, blah. So it just seems like things have crumbled for Russell Wilson since he left the Seahawks. Denver was a disaster. Pittsburgh didn't work out. Giants didn't work out. I just actually wonder this. Why does CBS think, other than a 14-year career and a Super Bowl championship and 2 Super Bowl appearances and being married to a famous singer, why does CBS think that Russell Wilson is going to be good when he's considered by most to be like this corny dude?
I have the Subway commercial. You want to hear it?
Oy vey.
It's
Yeah, let's
27.
hear it.
Hey, you want to split this Subway sandwich? It is my signature sandwich. It's called the Danger Witch, and it's dangerously good. Be careful, though. It's spicy.
You ever done anything dangerous? That is dangerous. I've done something like that, too. I won't tell anybody. Listen, one time... never mind. That's too dangerous. Anyways, my Danger Witch, it's only in the vault. That's our little secret.
I mean,
spicy.
My
He's
man.
so bad.
My man. And you know what?
You ever done anything dangerous?
When he started in Seattle, it was a great story, right? He's an underdog guy. He transferred from Wisconsin to North Carolina State. He's
Great
a third-round pick, but they had already gone out and signed a guy as a free agent, and he was going to be the starter, but Russell Wilson beat him out. And then before you knew it, he was in the Super Bowl, and he won a Super Bowl, and then he lost the Super Bowl, and then it became his team, and blah, 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 blah. And he was a likable guy for a long time. And then it all just sort of fell apart, and he's been known as like corny Russ ever since. I'm not sure I understand what CBS thinks they're getting. Like, do they think they're getting a guy that everybody loves? Or do they think they're getting a guy that, hey, 14 years, Super Bowl, he really knows the game, he's articulate, he's married to a famous person, he's got a real social media outreach? I just don't know what they're thinking, because I think Russell Wilson will be terrible on TV. Maybe I'll be.
You ever done anything dangerous?
I think that he will bring a natural polish because he's good, to your point. You liked him because he was good in interviews and on camera and whatever, right? I think he'll have that automatically. He actually will be more natural to that than Brady in that regard. Plus, the studio is easier than games because you got to think on your feet in games, and that's hard. Like, not everybody can do that. Studio is scripted.
Yep.
He has a much better shot of being successful than Brady did or anyone or Breeze did because they were getting thrown on games.
Yeah, the thing is, though, is that they were sticking with Brady no matter what. They committed $35 million a year.
Oh, no,
to him
no,
being a
100%.
broadcaster.
But what I would say is the average person underestimates how hard it is to do games. Doing games is incredibly difficult. Studio's easy.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't succeed at studio, then it's really bad.
Well, I mean, listen, I can give you examples. Joe Montana, Dan Marino, Jim Kelly. None of them could succeed at studio.
Well, Dan Marino was on TV for a long time on CBS.
But just
actually.
never.
Wasn't it like 15 years or something?
And I don't know if it was that long, and I love Dan Marino. You know I love Dan.
Yeah.
But Boomer Esiason.
And I don't think he ever – but I would respond to you that I don't think he ever said anything that I found interesting.
Right. Well, that's the unfortunate part, is that Dan was just being Dan. And being Dan Marino was enough, and it was spicy. Yeah, I just don't see Russell Wilson. I find him to be corny.
I think he'll be fine. Like who's watching these pregame shows anymore?
And that's another thing.
A lot of people.
Are they really still?
Yeah,
I don't think so. Not in the way they used to.
Probably not in the way they used to, but it's still something that's on. Now, here's the thing: is it, for me at least, if I'm in the house, a lot of times I'm here or I'm at SoFi, but if it's on its background, am I actually consuming it, like sitting there watching it, or is it just putting the TV on, getting ready for a football Sunday?
Yeah.
So I think it's on a lot of televisions. The consumption rate and how people are consuming it, I think is different. I think the first hour of ESPN show gets a lot of consumption because people are waking up. They're getting ready for a football
it's
season.
early,
Yeah.
right? You're just getting up.
Yeah.
Yes, agreed. That's different because of the hour. It's a long show. It's not like just the 1 hour before kickoff in this case.
Yeah, and I would just say I have found in most recent years, it's at 10 a.m. I'm ready to go. At 9 a.m. I'm not even watching the pregame shows anymore. I used to be all the time. I was a CBS pregame show guy, but not anymore.
Were you a company guy that way?
I was very much a company guy that way. Like you're a company guy.
But back
like
in those days,
if Tom Brady were with ESPN, you tell me how great he is.
No, well, there are plenty. You could no, actually, here's how I would disagree because there are plenty of people you will hear me not even comment about here at ESPN, and that says it enough, right?
Oh wow, that says it all.
All right, Sedano, we're going to go let you rest your voice. As we
No, I got 6 more minutes because I want to fight with Cappy about something else. I don't know.
We got to get to
what
Dr.
else is
Robert.
on the table?
You're
Dr.
making a mistake
Clapper
today,
here
by the way. You're making a huge mistake. I told you that when you're taking prednisone for your throat to eliminate that swelling, you got to get to the gym, pal. You got to pump it up.
I went to the gym yesterday. I lifted heavy yesterday.
That's what you got to do when you're on prednisone because when you're on the juice, you take advantage.
By the way, in that sweatshirt you're wearing, Sedano, your traps look pretty good.
I was going to say your boobs look good.
Both look good. Chest and shoulders look good.
Yeah.
Listen, it's funny. Like I have put on, and I know Dr. Clapper's not going to want to hear this, but I've put on like 7.5 or 8 pounds of muscle over the last few months.
7, 8.
Let's bring him on so he can say hi to Sedano. You hear the Weekend Warrior show? You'll hear it Saturday morning at 7 a.m. So after Doc, usually it's the Sedano and Kap Saturday special.
Now, I still got to lose like 15 pounds so I can make it look good, but yeah, but I have put on a lot more muscle.
But this weekend will be special. It'll be Dr. Clapper and the Weekend Warrior show at 7, and then I'll be live from the Santa Monica Pier for the Walk and Play event at CHLA, live at 8 a.m.
Awesome.
You know what I should do, speaking of helping out, of health stuff, right, and helping out the station, maybe with like an endorsement. Clapper, should I cheat and just get on GLP-1s like my guy Barkley, who I was Barkley looks like I swear to God, Barkley, Dr. Clapper right now, looks like he did when he played. Like, that's how good he looks right now on these GLP-1s he's on. Serena Williams is coming back to play tennis at 44 years old because she's on these GLP-1s.
Yeah, be a skeptical New Yorker. But can I talk to you about Florida as it relates to your throat right now?
Yeah.
There's a hospital in Miami called Mount Sinai. And I remember a paper that came out of Mount Sinai Hospital in Miami that talked about sinus and throats and the value of chicken soup. It actually has been scientifically studied by doctors at Mount Sinai in Florida as the best thing you can do for your sinus and your throat. So, George, chicken soup, Dr. Kaplan would agree.
Yes, and Dr. Kaplan is going to say this to you, George Sedano.
For the soul, chicken soup for the soul.
I don't know where in San Antonio you're going to get that chicken soup. Throw a matzo ball in there, and it'll really help that throat.
Look for the synagogue and look for that neighborhood. There'll be a deli.
Yeah, good luck.
You're skeptical of the GLP-1s because I'm curious because Serena Williams is coming back. She looks incredible.
I don't trust that drug.
Is GLP-1
what do you
same?
not? What do you not trust about it? I'd be curious.
Where does the loss come from? Does it come from the bone marrow? Does it come from muscle itself? What does it do to your brain? What does it do? George, if it's too good to be true, look out.
Oh, no, I'm sure. I believe that. I'm with you on that about anything. But it is fascinating that, just I'm telling you, at least the way she looks, and I haven't seen her up close like I've seen Barkley, but I was stunned when I saw Charles. I hadn't seen him up close in a while. And when I saw him the other day in the last couple of days, I'm like, man, Chuck looks like he can go get 15 rebounds right now.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, but I'm not so sure I like the whole idea there's no side effects and stuff doesn't – you need to give me a whole litany of what actually it's doing and how it can have side effects.
But is GLP-1, is that the same as Ozempic? Is that the same thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, same stuff.
Got it. Well, George, maybe instead just get on some testosterone and some peptides.
Yeah, that's what you did, right? Is
right.
that what you did for a little while? How did that work out for you?
It worked out great. It worked out really great.
Calories and exercise. The old
I do plenty of that.
Doing it.
Yeah, I do that. But I am living. So I was a friend of mine told me just to because you did tell us, right? And you're right. As you get older, you're going to lose muscle. So I've started to lift, to get sore again. You know what I mean? And whether that's with my, on leg press, on a seated leg press. I don't do squats, because I know you told me because of my knees.
Right.
Or if it's shoulder press with dumbbells, I'm doing stuff to feel a little burn.
What are you doing, like Aaron Donald? You got 150 pound
dumbbells? I'm not.
Well,
no, Aaron Donald is a monster.
No,
I'm not
just
that
make sure.
by any stretch of the imagination. But I feel like it makes me feel better, Doc. I don't know, and I guess it'll make me look better. Eventually.
You know what happens, though, George? When you're young and you do a leg press, let's say, you feel in your quad that strain, that burn, right? Because you're a 30-year-old. When you do that same exercise and you're a 50-year-old, the weak link, even though you feel the burn in the thigh, is the precious cartilage behind your kneecap. That's not a problem when you're 30. But when you're 50, that's what gets damaged before you get the benefit in the quad muscle. So the same exercise in different age groups has different benefit and different problems.
Mm-hmm.
But so there's no way there's no way, and I'm only asking because I'm genuinely curious. So there's no way to for those ligaments and tendons, you can't build up that the strength to. Or does it have to be done slowly? How would you even do that to not affect
this is what I see 100 patients a week, and I'm doing this for 40 years.
Yeah.
This is why I want to trademark the term agercise. Exercise differently depending on your age. What you can do, I didn't know you when you were 25, George, but I'm pretty sure you could go to the roof of ESPN, jump, you'd land on a car, you'll wipe your arms, you keep walking. You ain't doing that anymore.
No.
So you have to exercise differently. And I'm not saying don't exercise, but as we get older, get rid of treadmill, lunges, squats, stair machine, leg press, and bring into your life the pool, the bike, elliptical, rowing machine, yoga, Pilates, Tai Chi.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I did a lot of elliptical the last couple days for sure.
But I have a quick question, though, Doc. Since we got off on this tangent, if you're in your 50s and you still lift, right?
Yes.
And you still have the strength to lift pretty good, is it bad for your heart to be lifting heavy as you get older?
It's not your heart that I worry about. The cartilage. Go ahead and pinch the skin. Here's a clap revision. Go ahead and pinch the skin on the back of your hand, and now let go. You can wait for a half an hour for your skin to flatten. Go find one of your kids and pinch the skin on the back of their hand. Snap. Aging, the aging process. I don't care how many anti-aging clinics there are or how many drugs they're going to tell you don't age you. It's nonsense. The reality is what you see as the skin stays puckered up and doesn't flat. We dry out. The collagen, the marinara sauce around the spaghetti, the collagen looks like spaghetti. The marinara sauce dries out. It's like a bowl of spaghetti. You forgot to put it in the refrigerator. You left it out overnight. Go look at it the next morning. It wasn't in the refrigerator. It's dried out, that marinara sauce. That's the mucopolysaccharides that are gluing your collagen together. We dry out. That's why we get cataracts. Our heart valves calcify. Our vessels but same thing for the cartilage in our joints. It's stiffer, so it's not as bounce backable as it is when you're younger, and you're not going to get around that. So how you exercise, how you lift weights, how you do your exercise, you must factor in. Am I 40? Am I 50? Am I 60? Am I 80? I want you to exercise, but you got to do it appropriate.
Mm-hmm. Well, Doc, you're talking about hands and you're talking about snapping back. I'll go to the NBA Finals last night. Mitchell Robinson from the Knicks was one of my X-factor players going into this Finals. And there was talk that, he was a game-time decision because of a hand fracture. And we talked about this when Jared Vanderbilt dislocated his pinky, and you thought, hey, you know what, he'll be back pretty quickly. And it took him a couple of games. But for Mitchell Robinson, he had this, you'll have to explain, this quick surgery that he had. And it's not like he impacted the game that tremendously last night. 13 minutes, 1 for 2 from the field, got a bunch of rebounds. But having a big body like that on the floor is helpful for the Knicks when you're dealing with a guy like Wemby. Talk to us about Mitchell Robinson and how he was able to get back so quickly.
So let's do some clap revision. Go ahead and take your right hand and make a fist, but make a fist so you can see the back of your hand, not palms down, not palms up, but make the fist. Now look at your knuckles. Look at your index finger, the long finger, your ring finger, and then the pinky. See those bumps, those knuckles? Those are called the metacarpal heads. Now go ahead and punch somebody or punch a wall, which is what he probably did because he said he didn't do it in practice or in a game, and your fifth knuckle literally is not there anymore. It disappeared. Well, where'd it go? When it breaks, and here's a clap revision, it's like an ice cream cone with an ice cream scoop on top, except now I want you to turn it horizontal. Okay?
Horizontal.
If it's horizontal, the cone is your metacarpal, that long bone between your wrist and your knuckle. That's your metacarpal. That's the cone of the ice cream, horizontal. The ice cream scoop is your knuckle. What Mitchell Robinson did was he literally took the ice cream scoop and rotated it 90 degrees off the cone. It didn't dislocate. It's still touching the cone, but it's not on top. Surgery on Friday was to take the cone and put it back on top, the ice cream scoop, and put it on top of the cone properly. So he has a knuckle again. And instead, I suspect, instead of opening the skin and putting plates and screws, I suspect he actually had a special rod, a pin, with a tiny little mark on the knuckle, and you feed the pin. So, take a McDonald's straw. You literally put a toothpick down the straw. That's what we do when we're able to intramedullary, it's a rod or a pin, to your femur. But now we have little ones for the metacarpal, and that's why he could come back so quick, barely protecting it with this black strap that you saw. I agree with you. Mitchell Robinson was an X factor that was really big last night.
All right, Dr. Clapper is here with us today, Georgie boy. And you sticking around? It's hard to leave Clapper. It really is.
No, I'm going to stick around just for Clapper.
Good.
Because I do have to go, but
I
I got a couple extra minutes because somebody's running behind on our trip to the arena. So we're okay.
Gotcha.
George, I got to tell you, I watched, like many of us did, Kat's post-game interview where he talked about his mom feeling her in the stands, and it made me feel like that MVP speech that Kevin Durant gave about his mom. It was such a wonderful display. Jalen Brunson being the antithesis of load management, of the spoiled brat NBA player. It's the same thing with Kat. That calmness he talks about. It was one of the greatest interviews I've seen post-game. What did you think?
Listen, I've talked to him a bunch over the years, particularly since his mom passed away. I like Kat. I know not everybody is like a big Kat fan because he's kind of like a big kid. He's a little goofy at times, and I mean that in an endearing way. But not everybody loves that. They think many people have felt like he's unserious. I just think he's being him, and I'm okay with him being him. I'm a big fan of his game. I'm a big fan of him as a human being. I believe that. I got a chance to see his dad, Carl Towns Sr., yesterday. Who's at every game. And, I'm a big fan of the Towns family.
Great.
Doc, I really think the Knicks are going to win this thing. I know George and I disagree on it, but I just think about, like, guys who are winners. And when I think about a guy like – when I think about these other guys, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, these other guys who played with Brunson at Villanova where they won championships, there's just something about guys who know how to win. Listen, people tell me all the time I'm crazy for saying this. I'm not ready to give up on a guy like J.J. McCarthy yet because J.J. McCarthy throughout his career, high school, college, etc., he's always been a winner.
J.J. McCarthy's going to get passed by Kyler Murray, who just got discarded by Arizona.
And understandably so because that's why Minnesota went out to get him. But if this kid ever gets his chance again, wherever it may be, I just think certain guys know how to win. When I look at the three guys for the Knicks that played college basketball together and had all of that success together, the likelihood of these guys being on the same NBA team, by the way, there's Dante DiVincenzo was on that team as well. The likelihood of three guys who won national championships together in college being on the same NBA team, very, very small possibility. But when you put those guys together, they emanate a winning attitude that permeates. This is great. Emanate and permeate in the same sentence. All throughout the locker room. That's how I feel, and that's why I think the Knicks are going to win.
Yeah, I said Knicks in 6. Now I think they're going to sweep them.
Oh, come on.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
Well, this is what happens when you think with your heart and not your brain.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson, he only wears Kobe's. Do you know that, Doc?
Another reason to love that guy.
Do you know the story?
No.
So when Jalen Brunson was in Philly, when Rick Brunson, or was it Chicago? I don't know. Rick Brunson was somewhere. Rick Brunson's wife was either teammates or colleagues with Kobe Bryant's sister. And Rick was playing in the NBA, and Jalen obviously looked up to Kobe, and Jalen got to meet Kobe because of his mom, and Kobe gave him some sneakers, some Kobe sneakers, some Nikes, early Kobe sneakers, and he played in like whatever his big high school game was at that particular time, and he balled out, and he's never worn anything else but Kobe's ever since. So like he adores Kobe Bryant because he built a relationship with him briefly as a youth, and then stayed in touch with him a little bit over time, but not as much as one would want, but like as I'm sure anyone would want with him. But yeah, he is a Kobe guy based on that interaction because his mom and Kobe's sister were colleagues.
Chris, when we replay this on Saturday for the Weekend Warriors show, now we can replay again the Kobe Bryant promo for the Weekend Warriors show.
It opens up the show.
About Kobe.
It opens up the show every Saturday, Doc.
I love it.
I know.
I love it. Talking about Kobe makes us all happy in L.A.
Hey, Doc, you know what else would make everybody happy in L.A.? If a guy like Tommy Edman can get back to the Dodgers, and it's pretty close, or so it seems. He had this right ankle issue. I can't believe how long it's taken. But he had surgery to repair a ligament, remove bone spurs. So now Dave Roberts is saying we're looking at like 3 weeks. He's already playing rehab games in AAA. What do you think so far about Tommy Edman, his rehab, and his comeback?
So let's do some clap revision. And I want you to take both your hands, put them in front of you, and interdigitate. Put your fingers into each other, right? So that I don't know how else to describe it. But
interdigitate is an amazing phrase. I think you just made it up. I'm stealing it.
But so put those two hands together as tight as you can as the fingers overlap each other. Put them together.
Got it.
Let's say that's the length of the ligament in Tommy Edman's ankle. And when you roll your ankle, Steph Curry or Cam Newton, when they did it way back when, now they didn't pull the two hands apart violently, but you actually sprained the ligament, which means you pull the fingers apart a little bit, but they're still touching. They're still interdigitating, but they're not as deep into each other. They're pulled apart a little bit. So when you sprain your ankle, many times you don't snap it in half. You pull, you attenuate, you stretch it out. And if you leave it alone, the swelling goes down, the range of motion comes back, and you feel like you've cured your sprained ankle. Except if it heals slightly longer than it was originally made to be, the length is now slightly elongated because of that tear that stretched it out, and you let it heal that way, you're now going to have a trick ankle that every step you take, you're going to feel it give out on you and puts you at risk for these multiple ankle sprains. That's what happened to Steph Curry and Cam Newton. The surgery we do is very similar to what we do in Tommy John surgery in the elbow, where a curveball stretches out the ulnar collateral ligament. It's not a snap like what happened to Brock Purdy all of a sudden, snapping it in half, but it's elongated. We're able to tighten it up, bring it back to the length that it's supposed to be. So Tommy Edman, when he returns, this is good for Greg Bergman. When he returns, he's going to be good as new. Just like pitchers can come back from Tommy John surgery, his ligament in his ankle is perfect, strong, and won't happen again.
Awesome stuff, Doc. You're the best, buddy. We always appreciate you.
Thanks so much, George. Appreciate you.
Get out there and digitize. You're welcome.
Take care, Dr. Klopper. We love you.
Love you, Doctor.
The Weekend Warrior Show, Saturday mornings at 7 a.m., presented by Cedars-Sinai. The way it started there with the GLP-1 thing, I thought Doc was going to come at Sedano hard.
Yeah, I know.
No, I was just curious because I saw Charles. He's an endorser of, I believe, Roe. Roe is the company that produces his GLP, but he uses a specific brand, whatever the brand that's associated with Roe. And I believe Serena's also on that. It is also in the same endorsement deal as Charles, or has the same endorsement deal as Charles. I was just curious. I mean, Serena's coming back, man, and she looks amazing.
Yeah, she's all over the Roe.co website.
Yeah.
Listen, the doctors I've talked about, and my cardiology team and all the people at Providence that I've interviewed, they all say the same thing, which is if it could cure you, or not cure you, but if it could put you in a situation where your heart's not you're not going to have a heart attack and you're not diabetic and you're not massively obese, it's a good drug. We all know that there could be side effects. By the way, a lot of people are finding amazing work it's doing mentally, that it's helping people not be
I read that in the
alcoholics,
Washington Post recently, actually.
Yeah, it's really...
But I understand the skepticism because it's so new, of course.
Of course. But listen, being diabetic is really dangerous. So.
Oh, no doubt.
Hey, Sedano, what are you doing now?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll. I'm ready to go. I gotta be downstairs in a few minutes.
All right, be good. Rest that voice. Get the Vaporru, okay?
Yeah.
All right, Coach. Take care. All right, Cappy.
Yo, do you want to take a quick break or you want to keep going? Because if you want to keep going, I want to either A, have Bergie do the Lindsay segment, or B, I brought something today with this is just a continuation of the Myles Garrett, Jared Verse story, and I think we would all have some fun listening to this.
What do you want to do? We're ready for both.
Are we taking a quick timeout?
No timeout.
No timeout.
No timeout.
Then let's do this. Let's go to the Lindsay segment hosted by Bergie.
Okay.
And then in the latter part, maybe I'll spread out a little bit for dealer's choice, and I'll bring this to the table.
All right, what's going to happen here is I'm going to set up the Bergie segment. Then I got to go in the other room for a few minutes. Then I'll be back.
It's just you and me smacking it around.
Yeah, you're just going to smack it around like two guys. You know what I mean?
Crazy. Yeah, we're just a couple of guys messing around. That's what we are.
It is time for the Lindsay segment hosted by Gregory Arthur Bergman. We like to play a TV theme. This is the theme song to ER because Noah Wiley turns 55 years old today. And now he's got The Pit, which is like the ER on steroids, right?
Have you guys watched The Pit?
I have not.
I have not. But they say it's one of the best medical dramas like that is actually about the medicine.
It's supposed to be like super gory too, which I love. But I also have not really watched it because I'm so consumed right now with this World War II docuseries.
Thanks to Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. They make the Lindsay segment possible every day. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal. No gimmicks. Call 866-624 or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. I'll be back in a few. Take it away, Gregory Arthur Bergman, and smack it around with Cappy.
I'll smack it around. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze too, but it hasn't actually come up. You ever have that, Cap?
Oh,
like
dude, I have it all the time.
It's about to come. You're feeling it. It's feeling it. It just doesn't actually come.
And then you're like, okay, and then you just hope for it.
Yeah, I guess you just get it over with already.
By the way, can I just say one thing? I love a really gigantic sneeze. Just clears you out. Sometimes you get 2 in a row. Okay, that's fine. I got a buddy of mine, and I love this guy. When he sneezes, I'm not joking when I tell you, it's like 10 to 20 sneezes in a row.
Oh, that's me, buddy.
But it just becomes so annoying for everybody else around. It's like if you have a sneezing issue, get up, leave, sneeze, get it all out, and then come back.
Hey,
20 sneezes?
Yeah, it's not. But you're worrying about yourself. What about him? You know how annoying it is to do 20 sneezes?
Right.
20 sneezes is very frustrating because it just doesn't stop, and I'm going through it.
Get up and go. Leave. Go to the next room.
But you don't know how long it's going to go for.
That's all the more reason to not do it in front of me.
No, you got just let it happen. And feel sorry for the guy.
Let me ask you a question. You ever be in a restaurant and something goes down the wrong tube and you start choking like a maniac?
Yeah.
Get up, walk outside. Choke outside. Cough it out outside.
I'm so sorry to interrupt your meal by me dying.
No, but I'm the guy who chokes. You're the guy who sneezes. So if I'm choking, I'm like, all right, I'll be back. I'm going to be okay. I'll be back.
All right. No, yeah, I'm going to stay where I am because I think it's only going to be 1 or 2, and then it turns out to be 15, and it's very frustrating.
Yeah.
Well, it just went away, so I don't.
It's annoying for everybody else, just so you know.
No, it is annoying, but it's annoying for me because I'm feeling it. All right, so Uber just dropped its 10th annual Lost and Found Index, and people are forgetting some wild things. Phones topped the list with over 1 million left behind, but it's also, by the way, weird. Like, your phone is in your hand constantly. Yeah. Everybody has their phone glued to their hand. Right. How do you lose your phone or not walk out with it?
Because a lot of times you get into an Uber, they tell you to put your seatbelt on. If you're holding your phone in your hand, you put it down next to you. You do the seatbelt. Then all of a sudden when you get out, you just hustle up. You go, hey, thanks a lot, got to go. And then you leave your phone behind. If you leave your phone behind in an Uber, I want to ask everybody a quick question. If you leave your phone behind in an Uber, what are you supposed to do? Because without your phone, how are you supposed to communicate with the driver?
100%. So I don't understand. It's in your hand. It never leaves my hand, especially when I'm in an Uber. Because when I'm in an Uber, I'm just in there messing with my phone, doing whatever. I would never leave my phone. Ridiculous sentiment. But the real gems include dentures, a mini fridge. I don't know how you leave a mini fridge in a breast milk, an ankle monitor. Well, good for that guy. And a package of live butterflies.
How the hell did the guy get the ankle monitor off?
I mean, that's pretty dangerous to do that too. But
but it's super smart.
Yeah.
Because whoever's monitoring your ankle bracelet,
it's just following the Uber.
Yeah, he's going right. And then they stop the Uber and they're like, he's in the back of this Uber.
He's gone.
And then they get there and he's gone.
Yeah. This year, people also kept ditching their Labubu dolls and even set of teeth. Those were a lot of money, those Labubus. The most forgetful hour of the entire year was Sunday at 1 a.m. That's a very weird time, too.
Well, no, that's Sunday morning at 1 a.m. So people were drinking Saturday night.
It's just like, yeah, I get that. Have you ever left anything important behind in an Uber?
Oh, man, I feel like I left behind, and I don't know if I'd call it important. It was a jacket that I really, really liked.
So it's important.
And I got dropped off at an airport, and it was in the back of the car with all my luggage. And this is typical. This is how people leave their phones. You're in the back of the Uber. I'm grabbing this one. I'm grabbing that one. Or maybe the Uber driver is nice enough to help you. And I'm grabbing this. I'm grabbing that. I got this. I got that. And then all of a sudden you go, wait. where's my jacket? And you're like, damn it, I had it in the trunk and it was next to my luggage, but I got my luggage, but I didn't get my jacket. And then you're in an airport and you're trying to get through security and it's too late, jacket gone. But at least I had my phone so that if I had to get a hold of the driver, maybe I could. But without your phone, if you leave your phone in an Uber, you are screwed.
If I left my phone anywhere, I'm screwed. Like that. This is life. Without this, I have nothing.
Let me ask you this question, because this happened to me the other day. So I'm sitting in a restaurant, right? And I don't want to be rude to the people that I'm sitting there with. So rather than having my phone on the table, which a lot of people do, but I noticed that nobody had their phone on the table, so I didn't want to be rude, right? So I took my phone and I put it underneath my left leg. Remember the time I got busted for the nose picking? I put the phone in the exact same spot. Okay? Exact same spot. The phone is underneath my leg. All of a sudden, I realize I need to check something on my phone. I look on the table, it's not there. I feel my pockets, it's not there.
No,
I can't figure out. And the guy sitting next to me goes, what's going on? He's like, I'm looking for my phone. I can't find my phone. Where the hell's my phone? I would never leave my phone. I stand up. I'm looking around. Where's my phone? Guy goes, it's sitting on your chair. Like, how frequently do you have your phone and you forget where it is? Does that happen to anybody, or is that just me?
No, I think I might be just you. Morales had to leave the room for a bit. But yeah, I don't. I mean, a lot of people probably are that way, but I am so used to this either being in my hand or my back pocket or my front pocket. It's never out of my sight, just because I know and I'm aware that if I lose this, I'm done. Like, I got nothing. This is my wallet. This is where all my phone numbers. This is everything. If I lose that, that's it.
But the good news is, right, that if you lose your phone and you go to Apple and you get a new phone
on the cloud and all that,
everything can go right back to your phone.
Yeah, there's so many different things you have to go through.
Yeah,
and also this is like a company phone. I got to go through the yeah.
Have you ever left anything in an Uber that you thought was important that you did not recover?
Not that I can think of. I mean, I'm usually when I'm in Ubers, it's usually just me. You know, like I have my phone, my wallet, keys, and that's it. There's nothing else. Like, I don't keep a lot of things on me in general. I know you have your purse that you carry around with you, but I don't have anything. I'm very careful about what's going into my pockets and as little amount as possible. So no, not really. I haven't left anything.
By the way, side note, in the last week or so, I've been Ubering around downtown LA. Pretty rare for me. I usually walk everywhere.
Yeah, why aren't you walking?
But I needed to go from the corner of Olympic and Figueroa. Okay. I needed to go all the way down to like the not the Federal Building, but like the whatever it is, whatever it is, City Hall. I needed to go down towards City Hall. Okay, and just that part of downtown LA. And when I went to go use an Uber, like an Uber X was like $13. And an Uber XL was like $13.98. And an Uber Black was like $14.50 and faster. Now, my natural inclination is to go for the cheapest one just because that's just the way my mind works.
Only like 40 cents.
But, right. So I was like, wait a second. An Uber X is like $12.98 and an Uber Black is like $14.05. For the $1.07, you know what? I'll take the Uber Black.
Yeah, it's so you're getting like a Tesla or a nice car
instead of like Yukons, Cadillac Escalades. I was getting like Suburbans
instead of a Nissan Elantra.
Right, and I show up by myself and I walk out and I feel like I'm a baller. Because I'm like, yeah, that's right. I take an Uber Black. Even when I'm just going around the corner, I take an Uber Black.
Who's coming up to City Hall?
Right.
Check it out, Cappy.
Right,
Look at you.
Right. That's right, everybody. $14.05. $1.07 is what it cost me more to have the Uber Black rather than the Uber X.
That's what I do. All right. So Maryland State Police got a call they will not forget anytime soon. A loose emu was spotted strutting down a busy highway near the Ocean City exit, and troopers spent roughly 3 hours trying to wrangle it. The giant bird even got clipped by a car but walked away totally fine. They finally caught it using a dog leash and returned it to its owner. First of all, owner of an emu. If you saw a giant bird strolling down the highway, would you stop to help or just keep driving?
Oh, not even close. Of course I'd keep driving.
No, you're not stopping.
No, I'm not stopping.
To go, a big giant bird's walking down. You're going to go stop and try and help it?
First of all, you just said a loose emu.
Yeah,
okay?
Right.
I had to Google what an emu was.
Oh, it's a big bird.
Yeah, and they
it's
say
what I looked
that
like 5 years ago.
An emu?
Yeah, you did. You were a loose emu. A serious, fast-moving situation because these flightless birds can reach speeds of up to 30 miles an hour. It says on Google, do not attempt to chase, corner, or lasso them. Instead, keep your distance, call animal control, and let professionals safely corral the loose emu.
Yeah, they got those beaks, too. You don't know what they're going to do with it. It hurt.
It hurt?
It hurt. It hurt.
You know, Bergie doesn't like to get wild with an emu. He likes them tiny.
No. Yeah.
I don't. Back in the day, I didn't mind getting loose with an emu.
Really? You had a couple of emus, huh?
Well, nothing wrong with it, man.
No, it's fine.
It is. It's fun.
You know, Bergie, though, even
Hi, this is Dr. Sarudi.
Hello,
didn't
Doctor.
make any sense. We just threw it in there.
But Bergie, a loose emu, right? Not long ago, I'm driving on the 5. I'm doing 75, 80 miles an hour, and a guy flipped his car in front of me.
You saw it flip?
Yeah, because, it almost hit me. There was a dog in the freeway.
Well, that's not funny. You made me laugh for nothing.
No. But my point is that there was a dog in the freeway, and nobody wants to hit the dog like nobody wants to hit the emu. And the guy
shouldn't hit the dog. Don't hit the dog
or the emu. But it's such a dangerous situation that instead of hitting the dog, the guy made a turn, flipped his car. It almost jumped onto my car, and then here comes the dog. So it's very dangerous when a dog, a deer, a rabbit, an emu.
Not the
well,
dog's
it's somebody's fault.
It was the owner, or it was just a loose dog that doesn't know what it's doing. Feel bad for the dog.
I mean, me or the dog,
Yeah, I know. I get that part.
Anybody here ever hit an animal?
You ever done anything
with a car?
dangerous?
What? What'd you say?
You ever hit an animal with a car? I mean, I've told you my story about hitting a deer.
Okay, so I did probably about 2 months ago. It was a possum, and it just ran out in the middle of the street.
Oh, come on now. Possums are slow.
No,
it just run out.
No, it was a raccoon. Sorry, raccoon.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, that's a big
raccoon.
animal.
Yeah,
And they're
big
fast.
Yeah, and they're fast.
They're mean.
And it went right across. I was like, oh, my God. It's the first animal I've ever hit. And I was in the car with Riley, my daughter, and I was taking her home from dinner, and it ran right across. There was nothing that I could do about it. It hit it. And then when I turned around to go see if it was still there, it must have limped off and gone into the woods.
Yeah.
Oh, it was terrifying. It's like, oh, my God, I hit an animal for the first time.
How'd that sound?
It was like,
yeah.
It definitely, I hit it. It had to have hit one of its back legs.
Raccoons are mean, though.
Yeah, they are.
Chris, I don't want you to hear what I'm about to tell Bergie.
I swear to God, if you say what I don't want to hear it.
I know. It's bad. It's really bad.
Because
it sounds like a little...
No, he's going to talk about hitting a bunny.
I crushed a little bunny, and it's just the crunch sound that it makes.
You're a bad guy.
I know.
God.
You are such a bad guy.
I didn't mean to.
I will take you out and shoot you like Old Yeller.
I mean, it's a little bunny, and I'm sorry. I felt horrible about the whole thing. Don't think I didn't feel bad about it, but it made that crunch sound. Ugh.
Stop with the crunch.
Oh, it was so gross.
Bunny. A poor little innocent bunny.
Yeah.
All right. A startup out of Japan built an AI caller called, what is this? Petty Chat that claims to turn barks and meows into human sentences with up to 95% accuracy. It's about $118 and already has more than 10,000 pre-orders. The catch is there's no published science behind the accuracy claim, no independent testing, and critics are calling it more of a gimmick than a real translator. Some things are better left a mystery. Would you even want to know what your pets think about you?
Kind of. Like, I recently, when I had to go down to New Orleans for my daughter's graduation, I left Jack the Frenchie over at Rachel's house, and she was really sweet enough to take him on for 3 days and, let him live with her, and she was going to feed him and walk him and everything else. And he would sit next to her while she's working, and he would kind of give her some barks or some noises. And she's like, I just wish I knew what he was trying to say. Like, I wish the dog could talk to me. So I think a lot of people want their dog.
Can you imagine if Jack the Frenchie could tell Rachel all the weird things he sees you do? Like, I get so scared when he goes.
Come on, guys.
When he goes for that peanut butter jar, I get so scared.
Hey, Chris, listen. If Jack the Frenchie could talk to Rachel, I probably would not have left him with her.
See, I don't think, if Lola could talk to me, I don't think we would be friends. I love my dog more than anything. She is the greatest dog in the history of dogs to me. But if she could talk, I don't think we would like each other. I think it feels like this would be an annoyance on one side or the other. Like,
why would she be
like,
annoyed?
oh, take me out, feed me. Like, it'd be a lot of just annoying. I'm not good when people talk a lot.
You're in the right business, pal.
No, you know what I mean, though.
I think we know what you mean. Yeah.
Certain people don't. I don't like it when certain people talk. Why don't you
I
just
didn't
be
say
quiet?
certain people. I just said people.
Why don't you just be quiet?
People.
You
Just
people.
right.
I just don't think dogs and humans would get along if they actually could talk to each other.
I'll tell you this. Jack DeFrenchie every single day would just be like, hey, if you're eating, I should be eating.
Right.
Like, this guy stands next to me anytime I'm cooking, anytime I'm eating. He literally thinks if I'm eating, he should be eating.
100%.
He's entitled like that.
All right, the bet ended. So that's the Berkey segment.
We can end it there.
Do you want to do this? You want to do the Jared Verse sound?
I do want to do the Jared Verse sound. I want to do it as a part of Dealer's Choice, of course. So
okay.
you want to reverse Dealer's Choice?
You didn't tell us that part.
Yeah, that's the part. Yeah, it's Dealer's Choice.
All right, let's just do Dealer's Choice now then, because I'm ready for that.
You're ready to get out of here.
I got
today,
that bet. I don't have the other bet ready.
All right.
All right, time for the Dealer's Choice Real Deal. Thanks to Seller's Advantage. Want to sell your house? Before you call an agent, call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make sell it easy. Call 888-390-as-is for a no-obligation offer. Or visit sellersadvantage.com. Providence Realty, DRE 0191-5212, Cappy.
So we've obviously spent a good part of our week talking about Myles Garrett coming to the Rams. What we haven't done is spent very much time talking about Jared Verse going to the Browns. Mostly because Jared Verse was a 2-year player with the Rams, and yes, he was a first-round pick, and yes, he had 2 really solid years, but Jared Verse was not, like, loved and adored by this fan base as if he was Aaron Donald, right? So he shows up yesterday to the Browns' offseason workouts, and he immediately hits the field, and there's video all over the place of Jared Verse looking like he's in, season shape, ready to go right now. Now, do you remember what number jersey Jared Verse wore when he was with the Rams?
8.
He wore number 8. When he gets to the Browns, somebody already has number 8. Now, what is the custom when a new player shows up and they're a bigger name and they want their jersey number? What normally happens, like it happened with Myles Garrett?
Yeah, that you give them something, money, like a watch, something.
You give them a gift.
But Puka moved his jersey because of Davante Adams, right?
Right. And I don't really remember.
I don't think there was a gift. I think he just did
They probably talked about it, and he said, like, don't worry about it. You just have it.
Hey, it's respect, man. It's respect. Go ahead. Jared Verse did not exactly show the respect yesterday. Dylan Gabriel, the second-year quarterback that the Browns drafted last year out of Oregon, Dylan Gabriel was number 8. And he was quoted as saying after the practice, yeah, I was kind of hoping he would pay me for my number, but then he just started wearing it in practice. Now, as if Dylan Gabriel, who's a second-year player and not a starter and nobody projects him to be a star, instead of him having enough clout to say, hey, man, I know you want this number and it's important to you and you're a bigger star than I am and you make more money than I do. So I'll tell you what, man, whatever you think. And let's say Verse says, hey, how about I give you $8,000? How about just because it's the number 8, I'll give you $8,888.88. And they asked Jared Verse after practice because Verse is wearing the 8 jersey and it's super tight on him, And they said to him, they go, well, did you ask anybody? And he's like, no, I just showed up and told them I'm number 8. There was no respect at all. There was no like, hey, maybe I shouldn't, maybe I should. He showed up, took number 8, and then very publicly went out and said, yeah, I'm number 8. And I needed everybody around here to know who the real number 8 was. So that was the first part of Jared Verse.
But also, he's probably going to be, the third quarterback on that team? He's not going to be – he could be a practice squad guy. Like, he shouldn't be giving him – I'm kind of with Jared Verse. Yeah, he may not make the team.
Right.
Why are you going to give money to somebody that's not even going to make the team?
Right. He may not make it. But here's the other part about Jared Verse. I want to play this for you, and we've got a couple of minutes. It's about a minute and a half. So Jared Verse had a press conference yesterday, and I asked Lindsay to pull this sound. So
it's
I'm
30
assuming
seconds.
We only have a 30-second
she has
clip.
30 seconds? That's fine. Jared Verse yesterday at his press conference. Here's one thing. I don't know exactly the 30 seconds she pulled. I asked for about a minute and a half. One thing about football players, and it's really any athlete, you go from the Rams that are Super Bowl contenders every year to the Browns who are perennial losers every year. And rather than walking in like all depressed, like, this sucks, man, I'm going from the Rams, Super Bowl contenders, to you guys suck. Jared Verse has that positive, like, we're going to win every game. The way we're out there practicing right now, nobody can stop us. Let's hear, I don't know exactly what Lindsay pulled, but let's hear the 30 seconds from Jared Verse yesterday.
I mean, you can tell how a team is by how they practice. You see losing teams practice terribly. You see great teams practice amazingly. It translates. that's not a losing team out there. The way everybody was moving, I didn't get to, get into the team situations today. That's going to be another day. But the way the boys are moving, this isn't a losing team. Nobody's moving around like they're slow, like they're feeling sorry for themselves. People are moving like with intent, like they are not going to miss the opportunity to play in January, to play in February, to play in that big game.
So I give it up to Jared Verse. It wasn't exactly what I was looking for, but I give it up to him. It tells the story, which is Jared Verse left the Rams. And instead of being all feeling sorry for himself and depressed, like I went from the top of the NFL to the bottom of the NFL, Jared Verse showed up and was like, yeah, we're like real winners around here. We're real Super Bowl contenders. So you know what? I'm rooting for you, Jared Verse. I'm glad the Rams got Myles Garrett. They absolutely upgraded the position, but I love this kid's positivity, and I hope that he has a great career in Cleveland. That's it.
Thank you, Cappy. We got some breaking news. Let's go to our breaking news desk. And one Gregory Arthur Bergman.
According to Pro Football Talk, the Rams and Myles Garrett have agreed to a new 5-year deal that includes a raise for 2026. There are options through 2038.
Wow.
To be clear, the contract still only runs through 2030. Noted that the available options are only for cap purposes, so sounds like they're void years.
Oh, wow. Well, that's good, though. Myles Garrett, for years to come. Let's read our Don't Sweat the Small Stuff calendar of the day for Thursday, June 4th, 2026. Make a good first impression. When you make a good first impression, not only are you doing the right thing by being gracious and sincere, but you are doing yourself an enormous favor as well. The tiniest amount of effort in this area will make your life easier and less stressful for the rest of your life. Ah, Cappy, make a good first impression. Don't talk about your scotch out of the gate.
Probably good advice.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to do it for the Thursday edition.
But wait 1 second.
Okay.
Are we excited about SeaWorld tomorrow?
I was going to say we are very excited about SeaWorld.
Absolutely.
I can't wait. I am leaving right after the show. Stephanie is picking me up at East Central. I'm going to get my luggage out of the room I've been in for 3 nights. We're headed to the train station, taking that 1210 train down to Old Town San Diego. Mm-hmm. And I believe we're going to SeaWorld this afternoon to do something. I don't know. Site check and all kinds of mishigash. Then I think we're having dinner with Bergie tonight and tying one on in the city. And then get ready for tomorrow night or tomorrow morning, bright and early, at SeaWorld San Diego in front of the Sharks.
Can't wait.
Spicy. It is going to be spicy. And I get to return to the scene of the crime where JT the Brick, who I now am rooting on for a Knicks victory, him and I said and went at it about the Raiders. And he said, did you have me on